What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, you know I'm living my best life, baby. Can't complain, won't complain. And I'm feeling good, man. So, other than that, man, life is grand right now. How are things on your side, though?
Yeah, everything's good, too.
I like it, man. I like it.
Not too much going on. Busy day for me today.
Yeah, man, you was out here in these streets, man. You was in these streets today, bro.
Yeah, running around, making some payments for my car inspection and stuff. That's about it. And then watching some Bills, doing some research.
Let's go.
Finding out ways for the Steelers to win this one.
Were you researching while you researched? Or was you just researching?
No, I was staying safe.
Oh, man. All right. Fair enough. I can respect that.
I had to drive and watch the games.
Oh, you're absolutely
That's
right.
what I was doing.
Don't
I was
research
multitasking.
Yeah.
I mean, that in and of itself isn't the safest thing, but
content, it does. I get it.
That combined with some research is
That would have been a lot.
Yeah. It could be
That's
a bad
different
formula
type of crossfade right there. We don't need those type of crossfades. No.
No, but all is well, man. All is well over here.
I like it, man. So shoot, I'm trying to think. What did I get into today, man? Oh, I've been on my media tour today. You know, I had to. It's a certain week for the Moats household. You know, where it's like both teams. We kind of like know really well, kind of.
Did you talk to that Jeremiah guy?
Well, actually, I was actually just talking to Jeremy. Shout out to my homie.
Is that his name, Jeremy?
It's
I thought it was Jeremiah.
No, it's Jeremy. But shout out to the homie. I was actually just talking.
He was
to
the
him.
guy we talked to
yes.
the first Steelers-Bills matchup we
Correct.
ever did.
Yeah.
In 2019 when Duck Hodges played.
Yes.
And I wasn't too happy about his analysis.
Yeah. Oh, no. You're talking about Jeremiah. Yes, that's the old lineman dude. I was talking about the dude that hooked us up when we went up there in time.
Okay.
Yeah, the actual like the my homie the suit.
He got us in the game.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Got
that
you.
dude. Yep. I was friend of him. But yeah, I do remember that part. Yeah, that was a little funny. Yeah, that was the first time I see you like
Looking back, my takes were off. My takes were a little off. I was like, this dude don't understand what Duck Hodges has.
I totally forgot that. Oh my gosh.
Because Duck was 3-0. I'm like, he's writing off Duck Hodges in these big moments.
And Josh Allen was still on the come up. That was one of his like
he wasn't completely
but that
there
was
yet.
his like first season of the takeoff of where he's at now, and people were still like questioning that. You're absolutely right. Because I remember me and you low key got into it a little bit behind that when you would say, "Yo, Duck gonna be better than Josh," and I'm like, "Bro, you're absolutely bonkers." Like, yes, I forgot.
He was
all
doing
about that.
fine until
I forgot
we
all
were
about
up.
that.
Weren't we up like 10-6? And he threw a terrible pick to Tre'Davious White.
Yes.
We were doing fine.
Oh
It was an
my
ugly
gosh.
game, but
Yes, bro.
Duck Hodges was managing
bro.
it just fine.
Bro, I forgot all about that's like OG. So I know it's gonna be some people that tune into us on the regular. They'll be like, "Yo, I don't even remember this interview." We weren't doing the live shows then. No, that wasn't a live show. So you would have to go into like the archives of just like the special guest interviews to see which one we're talking about. But yeah,
I think my eye was still jacked up at that time.
Yeah,
too.
it was. I forgot Jeremiah's last name. Oh my goodness, drawing a blank on it off the top of my head right now because now I'm thinking about my boy. So and they both JK. So it's like I keep thinking of him. I'm like, no, that's not his last name. But yeah, dude, that's like a OG one right there.
Yeah, we've had a
Jeez.
Steelers-Bills matchup every season,
year,
right?
yeah,
every season we started this.
Yeah.
Duck Hodges. Next year
seven
was
in Buffalo because I went to pick 6 before halftime.
Right, the COVID season.
Then 2021 we were there,
one.
and that's when we got the win, and now here we are again. Yeah, that's nuts, bro.
3 matchups up in Buffalo.
That
Only
is
one
crazy.
home in Pittsburgh.
That is crazy. And the funny thing too, Tomlin's record against Buffalo is like really dope. I think it's like 7-2 or something like that, 7-2-1 or something crazy. But no, it's not 7-2-1. I forgot.
I don't think we have a tie.
Yeah, it was no
you might be
ties.
right. There's only 2 losses. It might be.
But it was this
two
past
of the
like
last,
3 seasons,
yeah.
and that's the difference. It was like literally, Coach Tom has dominated the series, but these last 3 games, they're 2-1 against us.
Yeah, I don't think we lost to Buffalo with Ben.
No,
because
when I was in Buffalo, we lost to y'all twice. Yeah, we lost in what was that 10 the Stevie Johnson overtime game, and then 13 when it was in Hinesville. Yeah. Yep. That's crazy, dude.
Many rivalry. Tomlin in his press conference called it like a borderline divisional game.
It low key felt like that
4 seasons
just
in a row.
because both of these teams over the history of this like past 14, 15 going on and stuff like that, it has gotten to the point where both teams have shown that they can still be top dogs out here. Whether it was Pittsburgh, we were dominating early on. Now it's kind of shifted. Buffalo's doing their thing. But either way, both of these teams of recently have remained in those conversations. So I think that also adds to it. And the geographical location. It's literally 3.5 hours. It's like a quick drive. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, though.
Buffalo finally found their franchise quarterback, too. So the fans are really excited about that, and they think they could hang with anyone.
Yeah, because this is their first time in a long time since Jim Kelly for them to feel like, yo, we got our guy. Kind of like how we talk about here with Ben. For how long was like, yo, as long as you got that guy, I don't care who's out there, you got a chance. So, yeah.
And now the fan base here is starting to feel the same way. It was just like a little 3.5 game.
Yes, it was. Now we back.
What do you call the thing?
Now. A little hiatus?
Layover. Yeah, a little 3.5 game layover between the
here.
Ben era and now the Pickett era.
Now it's there.
Yeah, so we feel the same way. We can hang with anyone.
Yeah, I like it, man. But we do got plenty we're going to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to break down this matchup, talk about some of the things we like, don't like, advantages, disadvantages, and all that other stuff. Also got the homie, the locker mate, TG, jumping on the line with us at 5:30, so you definitely want to hear that as well, because we got plenty to talk about with him. And his boys took a nice little slacking. Texas definitely did them dirty, so I want to hear his.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him come on and start talking about Pitt.
Yeah, I need to hear that because
don't need that because
I tuned into that West Virginia game. I need to.
That Bible verse. It's like don't point out the speck in someone else's eye when you got a log in your own.
Seriously, dude.
That's what West Virginia fans should feel like right now if they want to point out any flaws in Pitt.
So we definitely need some answers.
At least we still got a chance to go to our conference championship. West Virginia's done.
It's over. It's over. So we need some answers. Okay. So we're definitely gonna get a chance to chat with him. I'm with you though, Deke. Just let you know early. Okay?
I don't want to hear one thing about Pitt coming out of his mouth.
If he sends it to you, no. We putting it back on him. Just let you know that ahead of time. All right. So we're good. But without further ado, let us know where you are tuning in from so we can give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show. Let's get it.
Supernatural 20. The 316, Wichita, Kansas.
Let's get it,
Go
man.
Steelers.
Shout out to Wichita, Kansas also, man.
Brandon Clark, 540, Roanoke, Virginia. Kenny Pickett going to shock the world.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
We got Kyle Monier, the 802, Green Mountain State. Fall foliage is in its prime. Ooh. Oh, it really is. As I was driving over. Yeah, many colors of the trees right now.
No, we like fall foliage. I tell you, it's fresh ball season, man. So that's why when we talk Manscaped, when you look at them trees outside, they're looking beautiful right now. But what they about to start doing with them leaves?
Falling down.
They're going to fall down. Them trees going to look a lot taller too, man. Just think about that when you go to Manscaped, baby.
Yeah, orange, yellow, light green.
Yep.
Brownish, red.
Can't we all relate to that?
Yeah, that's what the
we can relate to that. Okay,
that's what the trees are looking like out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Leah Warren, 254, Killeen, Texas.
Shout out to Leah.
Daryl Silk, 757, Hampton, Virginia.
The crib. Let me hop in this name for a little bit,
Deke.
I got Dennis McHugh. Shout out to Dennis McHugh, the 859, Northern Kentucky. Also got the homie Rod Dollar. You know we can't have a podcast without shouting out Rod Dollar. Tuning in from the 330 Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby. Also got the homie Colton Cho Fu, Honolulu, Pride Rock, Hawaii. Let's go, man. Major love. And we can't forget the homie M. Gordon tuning in from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the homie Ty Sikowski, you know, he's still holding it down out there in Tucson, Arizona. He says, hola desedre. I don't know what that means. I know what hola means, though. So, hola back to you, mi amigo. All right, let's go. And Chris Mack tuning up. Say he from the crib. Portsmouth in the house, baby. 757, turn up. Let's go. And I'll end it with Micah Hemp tuning in from the 814 Johnstown, PA. Shout out to Johnstown, PA. Let's get it.
Nice.
All right. Oh, and actually, before we start with the super chats, because it is October, did want to go ahead and make this PSA, man. Just a reminder. The NFL obviously talks about it being Crucial Catch Month, breast cancer awareness, stuff like that. It is important to go out there and get some of that pre-screening, man, for the women out there, whether you get mammograms and stuff like that. I know my wife had one today. Just make sure, go out there and stay ahead of it, all right? That preventive screening can definitely help you out, and not just my women out there, because we know it's more than one form of cancer, and it's more than just breast cancer, whether we're talking pancreatic for my fellas out there, also your prostate. We talk about manscaping, but you also want to check on your dangly twins and that element as well. But make sure y'all doing some of that pre-screening if you can, whether it's by yourself or if you got to go to a facility, but definitely stay on top of that. We don't want to lose any more of Still a Nation,
Right. And I guess that's why the NFL switched it from just Breast Cancer Awareness Month to
Crucial catch.
Crucial catch for everyone.
Yeah, because it's a lot of cancers that affect both men, women, old, young. But in certain cases, if you get screened ahead of time, it can save your life, man. So definitely, like I said, man, check that out if you can, whether it's through your insurance or through some of these clinics that are offering some of that stuff, or shoot, even Googling online some of the ways to self-check, man. Definitely want to put that out there, though, while we got a chance to.
No doubt.
All right.
First super chat of the day. Cal Monier.
Okay, shout out to Cal, starting the day off right.
Kenny is going to turn this thing around. Hashtag Stairway to 7.
Hey, man, let's get it. Why can't he? That's the big question. Why can't he?
I got a feeling. We got Cal Monier also saying, my first ever Steeler game was Thursday Night Football against the Ravens, a.k.a. the Josh Scobie game.
Yep, I remember that one.
Wow. Vic's first start as a Steeler.
I
2 days later, we
definitely remember
signed
that
the Boz. No, the GOAT, Boz, a.k.a. Boz, same thing.
Yep.
Our most reliable player, Cash Krish.
Ooh.
Our most reliable player. Is he?
Are we speaking in a vacuum or career? Because he does have one of those seasons under his belt.
Well, he even has some weird misses recently,
That's what
too.
I'm saying, yeah.
He's got some amazing kicks.
Like,
he's
you know,
made.
that's the homie.
I mean,
Love
that was an
Boz.
awesome game
Love
from him
Boz.
last
That's
week.
the homie. But, yeah, you bring us some good points.
Our most reliable player? Wouldn't we say, like, Cam?
I would say
Cam or Minka,
healthy,
TJ.
Healthy TJ, yeah.
Top 5. Maybe.
Boz is definitely...
He's top 5, top 6,
10,
probably.
Top 10 worst case. Top 10, give him some leeway. Top 10.
Worst case, yeah.
Worst case, top 10.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
He's very reliable.
He is very, very reliable.
He's a top 3 kicker. Top
Absolute-
2 kicker, maybe. Because McPherson, week 1, he was all over the place.
I'm leaving it. I'm with you, bro. It's all good.
You like McPherson?
Bro.
I'd knock him down a peg.
Bro, he had the backup
McPherson's-
snapper in a. We're holding that against him. Like, that's all I'm saying, bro.
Ball's hit the 59-yarder this year, though, at Hines. Set the record. I think the only one he's missed thus far is the one off the upright, correct? In the regular season.
Yeah, in
He
the
missed a
regular
couple
season,
in those preseason.
Yeah, in the regular
though.
season, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take. I mean, outside of Justin Tucker, I think he's got just as good a case as anyone. Isn't
all
up for number
good,
2?
man. I'm not about to go that debate. You know, that's the homie, so that's why I'm not even going to do that. I'm not. Boz is the guy. That's my guy.
Either way,
Yeah.
Cal Monier is shouting out balls, and rightfully so.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sammy Buckets has joined the upper room.
Oh, shout out to Sammy Buckets and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We greatly appreciate you, by the way.
AJ Martinez, just saying, let's go.
Uh-oh, here he is.
Then he says Sabotage 7.
Hey, now.
Always a good reminder. And we got Cal Monier. Shout out AJ. 7 still has gas in the tank. Hashtag Sabotage 7. Yeah, Cal Monier and AJ Martinez, they are... I'm probably the captain of the Sabotage 7
That's your first
fan
mate
club.
and second in command, however you want to say it.
Those guys are the assistant captains.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitively, yes.
Mason Nielsen, would you rather have Creed Humphrey and Javonte Williams on your team or our boy Pat Najee? Well, Javonte Williams is out for the season with an ACL.
Yeah.
So I'll take Pat Najee.
I mean, I get what he's asking. It's just those specific players that I'm just kind of like, I ain't really like over the top in terms of Najee's impact versus Javonte's impact, and then Frymoof's impact versus Creed's impact. Creed is the one that you make the stronger case for, but I still love having the weapon that is Pat Frymoof. So if it means I might have to sacrifice a year of O-line play or 2 years of O-line play, but I get this type of tight end, I'm kind of under the belief that I can find me one of these offensive linemen. I don't find a lot of them unicorns at tight ends, though. That's kind of like my dilemma with it. So, and even when we came out of that draft, remember, that was one of the things we talked about because we all said going in, we knew they were going to go running back, but we also said, man, offensive line was something that was going to be, of need. But when a Pat Frymoof slips to you at 55, I think it was that year in the draft, or was he 55? I think it was at 55 that year. Or was it 50? It was one of those.
It was in the 50 range.
Yeah, it was one of those during that time, but we didn't think he was going to fall that far. And I don't think the team did either, which is why they went and got it. Think about it, as soon as they wanted the clock, it was like, turn the thing in, Pat Frymoof.
We've been very decisive on our picks these last couple of years.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that, yes, you respect Creed Humphrey, and yes, Creed is a really good player, but a Pat Frymoof in your system, man, that's some of the unicorn stuff that we're talking about having. And we potentially have one of those dudes right now because of that. So I'm sure the Chiefs, man, when they drafted Travis Kelce, I'm sure they had a conversation, like, or even no, you know what? I'll go New England when they brought in Gronk, because Gronk was the second rounder, and then obviously Hernandez as well. I'm sure they even considered at times, hey man, we might need to get this O-line better. But when you start seeing the impact that them dudes have out there, you're kind of like, hey man, we'll just get rid of the ball quicker to get those guys the ball faster, and then they can go do what we need to do. So that's why, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with those two players specifically. I would roll with Pat and Najee as well in this context.
I'm with you. Because if Pat's the guy we think he is going to be at tight end,
yep,
that's really rare to find.
Yes.
Really rare.
Yes.
And he's
showing to be a triple
he
threat
really
right
is.
now.
He
can
yeah,
block,
so far
he
this
can
year,
catch,
he's
he
been
can
doing
run
really
after.
good.
Yeah,
we just got to get him the ball more.
Yeah.
And we did last week, and we also did in week 1 where he had like 70, 80 yards.
But you think about the unicorns, your Mark Andrews, your George Kittles, you know, even a Kyle Rudolph. Think about like Kyle, how long he's been doing it, and even still now, you're like, he still creates some issues at times. It's like, man, certain players, man, if you can get one of those type of guys, a Jimmy Grant, remember how he was torching dudes? It's like, if you can get you one of them unicorns, man, that opens up so much for an offense. And we look like we really might have one. Like, it looks good. It looks really good. We just need to see, can we feed it more? You know? But,
I think Pickett will.
Yeah, but it's like, I like that, man. I like that dude.
AJ Martinez, why does my money sign flash when I log on? Come on now. All I want is a black and gold explosion for a 500 super. Ask the tech guy, laughing.
Man, well, since this is live, the tech guy is through YouTube, and anybody that's familiar with YouTube, they don't do a lot of customer service where we got tech guys. But what we do have is post-production tech guys. So you drop one of them 500s in there. We would, like I said, we made that thing black and gold celebration. They'd be like, AJ did it, woo woo, all that type of stuff, man.
Right. It didn't really seem like Damon Brown cared that much.
Yeah,
so.
Damon was just showing love.
Right.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, yo, take this for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't asking for any post-production stuff.
Absolutely.
Jason Winston, Moats T reps my alter ego. Let's go Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Going with it, you know. It's I don't know if
it's Halloween season. You always got those Halloween themed shirts
bro.
on.
Like when October hits, I'm Halloweened out every day. I want to have something spooky on, so I got my I wish it was Friday Jason Voorhees tee. Then you can see the bobbleheads in the background. You know what I mean? Some of my killer crew. You know, I like to have a little fun with it, man.
Did you get these things bobbling, or are they just bobbling on their own?
Hey, man, maybe it's a little bit of both. You never know. Could be a little possession going on in the building, man. But I like the spookiness, man. This is like my favorite time of year, bro.
Even the Freddy one on your side, you can't really probably tell from the camera.
He's moving, bro.
His head's moving just a little bit. The It Clown's the scariest.
You got Deke over here.
He's the worst.
The rest of it.
Pennywise is the worst, bro. He's the creepiest
I'm glad he's
one.
on your side, though, bro. I'm just throwing it out there, man.
That's a good movie, though.
It is.
It 1 was nice. It 2 was terrible, actually. It got way too weird.
But the production was good, though.
Spider stuff.
Yes. But the production was dope. Like, they had to make it a big blockbuster. Hey, man, we're going to go crazy with it because the remake of the first one was so good. So,
yeah, it was awesome.
You know how it is, man. When they make that much money, it's kind of like Jurassic Park. You just keep making them. Just like, you know what? Make it crazier. Make it bigger. Make it crazier.
Well, that's actually how it goes, though. That's
definitely it. Yeah.
Because there is a part 2 in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets weird.
But that's why no one likes to talk about that. Because it is weird.
We got young Rico.
Shout
Kenny
out to
MVP
Rico.
favorite over Josh.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
I wonder what Pickett's odds are.
You putting any down on it? Or you going offensive rookie of the year now?
Oh, I already have something for offensive rookie of the year.
You were ahead of the curve. Yep.
Yeah, I hedged with the Mitch MVP one.
Yeah. And you still got Pickens action as well, right?
I got Pickens for rookie of the year, too.
I like it,
man. That one's looking a little bit better now.
You got to diversify. I like it.
Right. I got some Najee Harris over on his rush yards.
Okay.
Listen, he's doing some compound interest type of stuff with his rush yards right now. It's like 20 or 30 yards each week he gets over. It's like 20. He got 20 in week 1, then he got 40 in week 2. Then it was 50 or 60 week 3. Then he got 70-something week 4. So if it just keeps compounding like that, he's going to be hitting 250 yards by week 10. He just needs to keep on that pace. Just keep getting a little bit better and better.
Yep.
Steelers make the playoffs. I got Steelers AFC North, Steelers Super Bowl.
You decked out, bro. I love it. Do you got coach of the year? Did you tap in there?
I don't think I have that.
Oh man, because now would be the time. Actually, now would be the time.
The turnaround.
1-3, buy low.
Has that storyline?
Come on, man.
That's not a bad call.
Come on, man. Buy low, sell high. You know how I do it,
dude. I had a Pitt Panthers, Steelers parlay, both championships. Steelers Super Bowl, Pitt National Championships. You put $10 on that, it was like 300,000.
I was surprised they didn't pay you $3 million. Yeah, that's
so I think I put like a total of like 20 or 25 on it, and if it would have hit, I would have had like $750,000.
Like, bro, the Steelers one cool. That Pitt one is like, woo. But you know,
I'm telling you, it was good heading into the season.
I'm with it, man.
We beat Tennessee.
No risk it,
but
no biscuit, man.
Now we're starting to see that Slovis might be a little bit of a fraud. There's a reason USC didn't want him anymore. Young Rico. From enemy territory, Rochester, New York. Prayers for you, Moats, and the Bills Mafia in advance.
Oh, man. Well, you got to remember, I'm going to be happy regardless this week. I can't lose. So, yeah, this is a great situation for me, man. I'm just sitting back and enjoying it, man. Do you want to put my Bills shirt on? Do you want my Steelers shirt on? I was doing, so the funny thing, I had my Steelers pants on while I had my Bills tops on because I was doing Bills, but then I had to put my Steelers top on because I was doing Steelers. Man, it just felt like that, baby. It's a great week for me, man. So no apologies to me, man. I'm good. I'm winning. I'm winning regardless. But I also didn't want to put it in anyone's face. Yeah, that's why I kept it, Halloween theme, and, we're going to do it like that.
What's been the funniest comment you've got? There has to be one that you actually found legitimately funny, and there's probably a couple that have been way too corny, and you're just like, okay, dude, I've heard this 50 times.
Yeah, you get a ton of those, but to me, it's probably like some of the Stitch jersey stuff. I've seen that. Any other stuff where they're like, hey, man, you're a fake fan here, you're a fake fan there. Like, which one your loyalties?
You have the Bills Stitch jersey.
Yeah.
Don't you have Steelers Stitch jersey?
I have them all.
You have like the legit game-worn Steeler ones, right?
I legitimately have the exact same. They're like, well, you played up there long, and it's like, no, or you played in Pittsburgh. It's like, no, it's literally directly down the middle. Like, yeah. But it's funny the way. You know that.
Jacob Tomlin. Get out of the Marine Corps in 6 days.
Simplify.
Been watching
Let's
for
go.
over a year, and now can finally catch a live with y'all. See y'all at the Tampa game. P.S. 10-7.
Shout out, man. Shout out to you, Jacob, man. We first off greatly appreciate your service as well, man. My father was in the Marines, so I got mad love for that. But yeah, man, that's dope, bro. And yeah, we definitely hope to run into you at the Tampa game, man. Heck yeah, we out here in them streets somehow, some way. So let's get after it, baby.
Tyler Candelaria, tuning in from the 716 area, Buffalo, New York.
Shout out, let's go.
But go Steelers. My question, are you guys hiring? Would love to help you guys in any capacity.
Oh, that was caught me off the spot. I don't know, actually. We're not hiring right now, are we?
I'm not in control of that.
I don't know yet. We'll think about it. Yeah, we haven't decided just yet. Are we not expanding right now? We'll think about it. We appreciate it though. We appreciate the interest. How about that?
Yeah.
Actually, caught me. I was like, are we hiring right now? No, we're not hiring right now. Are we kind of? No, I don't know. Yeah, we'll table that for a little while. But shout out to you though, Tyler. Absolutely.
AJ Martinez, 30-28. In quotation marks, the land of the boss. He gets us out of Highmark Stadium with a 48-yard boot. QB8 has 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 300 yards. Najee, 120 yards rushing.
All right.
This offense is explosive.
The Bills' secondary is banged up, I don't know if they that banged up, but they banged up, though. They banged up. Yeah.
Steeler Nation on fire. Calvin Austin at returner. No, I heard it's Steven Sims.
Okay.
Do you hear about this?
I have not looked into it, though. I'm still waiting to see what Calvin Austin's availability is going to be looking like because today was his first day out there at practice. They had finally activated him and stuff like that. And you know how Coach Tomlin always says, I'm going to let his practice participation determine his availability. So that's why I haven't even looked to see if Calvin Austin or who they potentially would make that move to up there. But if it is Steven Sims, that's cool as long as he hold on to the ball. Exactly. Because, yeah, I can't be overly excited about Steven Sims when we had the all-pro returner that we should be excited about. So, yeah, and we see how that worked out. So, yeah.
From what I remember, Steven Sims did hold on to the ball in preseason, and he had some explosive returns.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
But he did confirm it on Twitter, I saw, where he literally said, I'm the return man this week.
All right, fair enough. Then.
So I guess he did some type of media thing after practice today, and he said, I'm going to be the return man.
I like it then, man.
So I don't know what Gunner's role is.
He definitely got the speed. We know that. But you also have to remember, Gunner still has a role on offense as well.
A little bit, yeah. Some of the jet sweeps and stuff.
Yeah, so I still anticipate him having a helmet and stuff like that.
And Pickett had that connection with him in preseason. Nick Duar. Drove 12 hours to see my first game in Pitt. #Kenny.
Let's go.
I got to see the debut.
Let's go.
Cal Monier. Cam Sutton is turning into a real playmaker for us.
Facts, man.
Yeah, he should have one extra pick.
Bro, I have a film sesh that's already cooked up. Oh, my God, on Cam Sutton, man. This dude, he just continues to make plays, bro. And it's like, I'm just loving his growth between the years, man. Like, the pick that he had, man, it was just strictly like some veteran savvy. Like, I know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to show you on a higher level.
He went off his assignment, right?
Once again, absolutely. But it started even before that, man, with just the technique that he was playing in that particular coverage, man. It's beautiful. Cam Sutton's my dude, man. You already know. That's my dude regardless. But it's like, that's my dude, though. You know what I'm saying? So definitely rock with him, man. So always good to see him doing those things out there.
Come on, yeah. I feel like Devin Bush deserves some love too.
Oh, 100%, man. On the Minkah Fitzpatrick pick, he's the one who forces that thing to happen, man. But he details his work, and I talked about that on the film session I did with Minkah. Just showing some of the stuff that Devin Bush, man, with him, bro, he's playing a lot faster. He's playing with more confidence, and it's good to see. Now, he keeps putting these things together. These expectations about to start becoming a little bit more real for this young man, and I'm liking that. Because, like I said, man, it hasn't been perfect. Of course not. But with him and I always say all three of those dudes because they do rotate them and they're all helping each other out in that position group. But no, Devin, man, he's definitely looking good out there, man. Even when he's not necessarily in the play, just seeing him in terms of his communication with coverage, in terms of him making sure that his guy isn't an option. Some of those things, man, is good to see consistently happening with 5'5", man. And yeah, you keep cutting on the tape, you keep seeing them flash, and it's like, all right. You keep doing this, man, we're going to forget all about that in the past year. Now, we're going to be all right, you know? And this is what it's supposed to look like. Now, it doesn't matter why he's motivated to do this. I know people say, oh, it's because the contract year or whatever, because they did that with Bud. It's like, oh, it's the contract year thing. You know, you get motivated. To me, I just think that he is looking more comfortable out there. Regardless of why it is, he's doing that. Is it because they're playing him less with the rotation? Who knows? But either way, he is being a lot more productive this season. So I definitely like that with him, man.
Yeah, you could throw in the variable that it's more and more removed from the ACL injury.
Yeah, it's like it's the Brian Flores edition. Like it's a ton, yeah.
And then also with Devin Bush and just this whole like inside linebacker thing, what are we doing with Spillane? Like rushing him off the edge a couple times?
They're doing that because they're still trying to figure out TJ Watt. You know why?
I saw 54 out there. I guess it's that Anderson dude we signed. It's just like, man, it's back to last year where we're seeing some of these no-name players. It sucks.
We don't have an answer right now.
Exactly.
We don't have an answer right now. Malik Reed, I thought at times, man, he would have some success, but he wasn't getting home fast enough, which is part of the issue. When you're talking about, you know, getting further away from some of those obscure packages where you have a Spillane rushing off the edge, or you have a DeMarvin Leal or a Cam Hayward trying to be out there rushing off the edge to get away from some of that. The Malik Reeds, the Jameer Jones, they have to be a lot more consistent and just start getting home. Because like I said, going back and watching Malik, even with him, he was still having success getting around his tackle. The problem was it wasn't fast enough for the finish. It would have been a pressure if Zach holds it a little bit longer or pumps, yeah. But in the sense of impacting the game, in the sense of QB hits, in the sense of sacks, that's where he has to be better at. And I do think he will continue to get there because you got to remember, we did just pick him up, you know, and that was the other part of his thing. So I understand that, but he definitely has to play better, though.
Melvin Ingram could have been that perfect third guy.
But trust me, Malik Reed is still a good player. Don't get it twisted. But I would also go.
We'd probably feel more comfortable if
he's the third
TJ
guy.
If TJ Watt went down like he did this year, and we had Melvin Ingram just starting the whole season for us.
Yes,
over Malik Reed.
Right, Malik Reed as the third rusher is high end. Malik Reed as a full-time starter is going to be some limitations. And when you're talking about him in a new scheme as well, now he's trying to figure everything out. I do think all of that context matters. The amount of snaps he's playing because he's not rotating with a TJ Watt. He plays more, you know, so you're expecting more from him, but that's just a part of it, you know. But when you have injuries in the season, you just got to roll with it. Next man up, the standard is the standard. So hopefully he will continue to progress, and we will get a chance to actually talk with him because he'll be joining us tomorrow on the show. Shout out to him for that. That'll be early tomorrow too, man. We got 3:00. I think we're on with Malik Reed tomorrow. So obviously, you know, talk to him about his transition from Denver to out here and how he's getting acclimated and stuff like that. And hopefully, you know, we can get a little bit more uptick from him because from what I've seen from him on tape in Denver, he's more than capable of it, which is why I was excited about us picking him up. But we definitely got to get more productivity.
It absolutely was a good pickup. The most frustrating thing to me is seeing how Highsmith's playing. And if anything, I think he's a little underrated right now. He's literally leading the NFL in sacks.
Yeah.
And could have had 2 or 3 more in that Jets game.
Mm-hmm.
With him playing how he is, we're supposed to have a TJ Watt on the other side.
Come on, man.
I mean, we could be absolutely wreaking havoc right now.
Come on, bro. It would have been looking
That's what
like,
pisses me off so much.
It looked like when Bud and TJ both went for double digits. That's
like,
what
forget Witherspoon getting this hamstring injury.
That's what it's
We'd
supposed
be
to be.
fine if it was still TJ Watt and
Yes.
Highsmith. I wouldn't be as worried about the secondary.
That's the biggest issue right now, bro. Yeah.
AJ Martinez. Oh, no. This is Nick Y. Ready for that KP swag in a full game.
Mm-hmm.
7 still to go.
Let's go.
AJ Martinez.
Yeah, I was hoping they was still going to rock with 7, man. I have been seeing where 7 has been. He reached out to Kenny and talked to him after the game. I think it was. I did see that. I like that. Even I did see people like kind of get pissed with Ben, saying that they don't want 7 to talk to him. Did you see that?
No. Come on.
I've been seeing that. I had to bring it to you because I've definitely seen people like, yo, Ben, leave him alone, because Ben was like something like, yo, it was a rough game. I told him forget it, don't worry about it. They were like, it wasn't a rough game. Just because you had an interception doesn't mean he got an interception problem. And he was like, well, I can't tell him to throw it away. You know, this is a guy that never threw it away. And they're like, no, 7, that's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that. Talk to him. Leave Kenny alone. Yeah, and I ain't know how you felt about that, but that's definitely. You see some of this stuff, right?
No.
You have seen. Oh man.
No, I saw
Twitter,
the quote, or I saw I saw Ben's little spiel where he was talking about texting Kenny and saying, like, Kenny's taking it really hard on himself. He texted me and said, I really should have thrown that away. I was like, no, it's no big deal. Just focus on next week or whatever. There's actually people mad about that.
Dude,
I'm pumped. You want.
They were like, leave 7 alone. I thought the same.
Franchise quarterback.
I said I would
giving
rather
some advice to the young guy.
I would rather it be this way than how 7 was with Mason. That was my thing. I'm like, I would much rather you reach
Favre with Rodgers initially.
Absolutely. Like, I would much rather he be reaching out and talking to the young guy than turning his nose up at him saying figure it out on your own. Like, yeah, but they would definitely like, yo, leave him alone. I don't want to see none of that. I'm like, dang.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I'm glad to hear that then. Definitely glad. Because I was like, Deke better not be. I say now, Deke, don't you tell me you want to hear.
What would I say bad about it? Because I'm pumped about Kenny getting advice from the gut.
Come on, man.
That's what you want.
That's what I thought too.
AJ Martinez, shout out to you, Goat 7. Shout out to the Barbarian and the rest of the badass chat. Moats and Deke, the #1 podcast on YouTube.
Oh, man, we appreciate you, man, from the heart, man. You know, we just try to do what we do for a little bit, man, have a little fun out here and create a positive environment we could all just get stuff off our chest. So, you know how we do.
Okay, we got Damon Brown. Late to the chat, preparing to head to Buffalo, ready to see what Pickett does with a full game. I'm sure glad my Steelers anxiety medication is legal in New York.
Hey, now.
Shout out. I'm sure Moats will be there. Trina.
Well, actually, I am not going to make this trip this time, man. I'm enjoying the family time, man. So, no, yours truly will be here chilling, watching the game with the familia in the casa. But Space Talk will be afterwards. So, there you go for that one, all right?
12th Wonder. Yo, Mighty Moats, it was awesome meeting you in person last Sunday.
Absolutely, man. Yes.
Awesome interview with Slash, too.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. That was a lot of fun, man.
We caught an L, but I can say I saw Kenny's first NFL action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is cool saying that you were at that game.
No, seriously, man.
That's something cool
That's
that
history.
you could.
It's
yeah,
history.
it is.
Yeah.
It's history. And I feel like probably, I mean, I'm not the only one heading into that stadium that was thinking that was
There's
not
no
going to be the
chance.
case.
Yeah, there's no
I just
chance.
thought it was going to be
Absolutely.
another just Mitch game. We're going to roll through the motions there.
Mhm.
Win or loss, I did expect us to win, and I did
Yeah.
expect the offense to play better, and I thought we would actually be up going into half. I thought we'd have just more momentum and everything. But that wasn't the case, and Tomlin made the switch at halftime, and Pickett gets in, and the place is going nuts.
No,
It was
absolutely,
really cool.
man.
It was a cool
It
game
was.
to be at. Derek Nelson. Man, I heard KP was playing, so started watching the game on my phone while duck hunting and winded up dropping my phone in the water.
no.
Had to get a new one. LOL. Damn.
That is pretty funny, bro. I like that.
Colton Choi Fu. Moats, how complex was Coach LeBeau's D?
I'll give you the answer like this. To rookies, it could be extremely complex. You're going into some games with 60 plays and different variations of checks off of those plays. And then you also have a whole empty set of checks as well and hand signals to correspond. So for most rookies, it's extremely complicated. It can make your head spin. It looks like hieroglyphics at times. But for me, it was different because I wasn't coming here as a rookie. I had already been a part of 3 separate defenses coming from Buffalo. And this was my 5th year in the league when I got to Pittsburgh. I just finished up my 4th. It was going to be my 5th year. So I had pretty much seen 4-3, 3-4, and hybrid. So coming here to the 3-4, it was kind of like, oh, this is a little bit more simplistic for me because now I'm not having to worry about how does this defense work as a 3-4? Okay, now this exact same defense as a 4-3. Oh, now we're going to run this out of a multiple front look. That was a little bit more challenging, but by the time I got here, I was kind of like happy about the whole Dick LeBeau thing, man. But the one thing I will say that makes Dick LeBeau defense challenging is not necessarily remembering and knowing all the calls, because like I said, for me, I was already good with that. The problem with him, because he's been doing it for so long and because he was here for as long as he was, he will call plays that weren't a part of this year's playbook. So it was times like I remember blatantly Baltimore, the second time we played them, we're in Pittsburgh, and he's calling this blitz. And I'm out there, I'm looking at D like, bro, what is this? I've never heard this call before. And he's calling it. And we're like, bro, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And you get to the sideline, he's like, motion. And I'm like, coach, you've never told me this call. And they was like, oh, you're right. That call's in from this year. That's from what we ran this in such and such year in this playoff game and it worked. That's the stuff that LeBeau would do.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes. It's cool when you know it. It's not cool because I was on both sides. It was times where it was like, okay, they finally told me ahead of time. And I was like, okay, I know this. You get a young out there like, bro, nah, we ain't got that. It's this. We should be doing this. But when you the guy that don't know anything and you like, yo, I've never heard this call. I don't know that hand signal. I don't know what this is. And that team coming out the huddle, that's what's happening. You were like, oh my God.
Oh, you got seconds.
Yeah.
Before they snap it and you're just standing there.
So you're looking like, okay, first off, I can't even read.
What do you do? What's your go-to move if you don't know what you're doing? You just drop in a little zone?
It depends. I'm going to go down in distance. If it's first and second down, I'm going to play it like how you just said. I might be ready to drop. I'm like, you know what? Play action. We ain't going to have a blitz call. I'm probably not going to be rushing anyways because most of the time with LeBeau, base downs, you're going to run in that tight Sammy 33. So I know one of us going to be dropping. So let me look. Okay. Receivers on my side, I'm probably encouraged. Let me just play it out. If it's like a passing situation, though, I'm just going to rush. Because a lot of the calls with LeBeau, it's so complex in terms of, oh, you're on this blitz path, that blitz path. Oh, no, you're actually dropping over here. You going to mess it up anyways. So you might as well mess it up going to get you a sack. At least that's how I aired it. I was like, oh, now Debo, you remember when Debo's like, hey, he'll drop in the coverage. I ain't doing that.
That was, yeah.
And it worked out.
Pick,
it worked out. But for me, if I'm going to mess up rushing. I'm like, yo, I'd rather go get me a sack or at least try to get a sack versus me dropping back here where I don't want to be at anyways. I don't want to run around with these guys. Nah. Yeah. But shout out to that question, though, man. Absolutely.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Young Poppy Benito, Deke, can we smoke that Buccaneers pack next week?
Hey, now.
So, 2 things.
Uh-oh.
One, yes.
Uh-oh.
The second thing, we got to take this week by week. We got to smoke this Bills pack first.
Okay, there it is.
Just add to the collection.
And let's get into this thing, man. Are you ready? Because I'm ready if you ready,
Yeah,
baby.
Max from the 402.
Showing a little love?
Support, too. Yeah.
Oh, no, salute you, Max from the 402. We definitely appreciate you. And actually, before we tap that in, let's go ahead and shout out Manscaped because today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. Like we said, man, it's fresh ball season, baby. So you better make sure that your balls are freshly trimmed and cleaned with the Crop Reviver, the ball toner, the 2-in-1 body wash, the shampoo and conditioner, everything that you need for your personal hygiene care. Okay? Make sure that you're using that. Make sure that you're operating with that type of stuff because it makes you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you play good. When you play good, everything is happening good. So with that being said, man, shout out to them. But more importantly, you know, we stay with a promo code. And that promo code is Moats. Use that. You get 20% off along with free shipping worldwide. So shout out to manscaped.com. And trust me when I tell you, your dangly twins and they friends, well, I'll be appreciative of you, baby, once you manscape it up. All right. So first topic that we're going to talk about, what we like and what we don't like about.
We're finally here.
This Buffalo Bills team.
The moment of truth.
So
Steelers Bills preview.
So you know, let's start with what we like. Don't we like everything about it? Something about that blue. Oh, that beautiful red. That charging buffalo. Oh, man. Did I tell you about that mascot, an actual mascot that everybody actually knows and supports like a real mascot? Oh, shout out to Billy Buffalo. Oh, they got a song. You know, you gotta have a song, right? We got Renegade. They got the fight song. The Bills make man wanna shout. You gotta have the shout song, right?
Is Trubisky in the Steely McBeam category for Steeler fans?
No, Trubisky has good credit up there, man. Remember, he came
No,
in a
I'm
couple.
I'm talking about with the Steelers. Mason, Mitch, Steely McBeam, Lima Swede,
That's about right.
Dante
yes,
Moncrief.
Yes. Oh, we put
Dree Archer probably
time
too.
out, time
Throw
out,
him in
time
there.
out. You putting Mitch in the Moncrief category? He's in that family. Don't do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, Deke.
I'm not gonna do
Deke,
that.
don't you do that, Deke. Don't you do that. Don't you put him in that Moncrief category. Don't you do that, man.
It's a little bit more highlighted because he was the quarterback.
It is, but don't you do that,
Moncrief
man.
was god-awful,
Stop
though.
it. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. He is not Moncrief, all right? I give you Steely McBean. I give you that.
No, it was just funny how you brought up the Bills have a mascot that they support.
They do, yeah.
And like we don't.
We do not support Steely, bro. This place I go, and Steely be right there with us, and we like, bro, they run
get
right
him out
by
of it.
Steely, like, do not acknowledge him. It's
I don't
crazy.
mind the old logo that pops up on some of the vintage gear.
Yeah.
From way back, the 1930s or 1940s, where you have Steely McBeam, but
Right.
it's the 1930s or 1940s version kicking that ball. I don't mind that. Don't make him our actual mascot right now,
yes.
though. No, we don't mess with that.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Because the new Steely McBeam doesn't look anything like that one
No.
anyway.
Mm.
That dude looks like almost like a Lego guy.
Yeah, this is it's weird. It's weird, but we're trying.
No, we don't mess with Steely McBeam.
Yeah,
though.
still he's an acquired taste, man, to say the least. So let us know in the chat 3 things that you like about this Bills team. Just 3 things. I know it's gonna be hard to minimize it to just 3, but just 3 things that you like about the Bills, and we'll get to the don't likes in a little bit. Would you like to go first, or you want me to start it off, man?
1 to 3 or just 1?
However you want to do it. I mean, we can go 1 to 20 if you want.
1 at a time. Good.
All right.
1's easy. Josh Allen. He's a dude, man. He's an awesome quarterback. And no matter how, and watching that last game, and even going back to the Dolphins game a little bit too, no matter how bad the Bills are playing, how many turnovers they have in the first half, or how much they shoot themselves in the foot, if you have a dude like Josh Allen, you're still in the game for the most part, unless it gets way out of hand, completely double digits, and the clock's down and the game's actually over. If you're down 10 points third quarter, 14 points third quarter, and you have a dude like Josh Allen, you're sweating it, but you're not sweating it at the same time, because he has that type of capability to bring a team back pretty much single-handedly. When an offensive line's breaking down, he could scramble outside the pocket, gain 20 yards on the ground. He could shake off a defender, throw a dime 40 yards down the field. He's awesome. He's a top 3-4 quarterback in the league right now. So Josh Allen is obviously a thing that you got to like about the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head there. I start with him as well. To me, he's their X factor. He is their version of Ben Roethlisberger, right? When you talk about us in Pittsburgh, it didn't matter.
And it's no matter how bad he's playing in the game, too. He could turn it on in the snap of a finger, too.
Which is that's why
it could be third. Like watching this Ravens game, it's like 3rd and 15. I'm like, he could get this. It's just like Aaron Rodgers. It's just like Tom Brady, Big Ben.
And
like
that's why I went with the 7, because I'm like, we've seen games where 7 is playing terrible at times, right? Turning the ball over, or the offense isn't clicking, but as long as he's out there, you got a chance. Think about that Vikings game. That's the one that I like to go back to. The Vikings game from a year ago.
Yep.
God awful for 3 quarters, right? 2.5, 3 quarters. God awful. But because you have that type of guy out there, it can click. Because you have that type of guy out there, he can get hot. And when you watch Josh Allen, that's exactly it. Whether the offense line breaks down, he could beat you with his legs. If he has to just win it with his arms, he can give you that element of it. He's got that competitive thing that you talk about, like things we like about Kenny Pickett, right? And you see his like will to win, that just fieriness about him, right? We highlighted the play where he gets hit from Quentin Williams. He gets up, he smiles. He's like, yo, I like that. Like, Josh has those same type of characteristics. So it's like the same stuff that we love about what we have in-house, whether it's Kenny or when you're talking about 7, a lot of those same things Josh has. But now he's really matured into the talent. And that's why he's elevated to that stratosphere of, top 5 status as a quarterback and stuff like that, man. But yeah, he's definitely the one I start with as well.
Number 2 for me is the continuity.
That's a good one, bro.
they're on a good little run over
Yeah.
the last 3-4 years where they have pretty much the same cast of characters.
Offensively, defensively,
Josh Allen,
special
I know
teams.
Diggs is
This
he
is
relatively new, or is this 3
This
years?
is third year though.
This is third
Yeah, it's
year.
third year.
Because they had John Brown. It was the combination
John
of John Brown.
Brown,
And who was the other receiver?
Cole Beasley.
That's who it was.
Yeah, because Gabriel Davis, this is second year, but he was a part of that group last year. But Cole Beasley, John Brown, they were the ones that were with him.
But they're in that stretch, kind of like what we had with Ben back in the day, where you got Ben and then you got like Hines Ward bringing Holmes, but then you lose like a Holmes, you can have like a Wallace in there,
I even
Sanders.
thought of when it was AB and it was like, okay, you might have a Martavis,
Right.
then it might be a Marcus Wheaton, then it might be a Juju Smith-Schuster, but you still got that one over there, yeah.
But as long as you have your core cast of characters, where it's Josh Allen, it's Diggs, now it's Davis for 2 years. Dawson Knox been around, and then on defense, I know Tre'Davious White is hurt, but he's been in the system
there
for like 3 or 4 years. Tremaine Edmonds is their leader at linebacker. Matt Milano too.
Both
Ed
of the
Oliver.
safety's been there for a minute too.
And then you're right. Poyer and Micah.
Poyer and
Now
Hyde,
Micah Hyde's hurt; he's out for the year.
Yeah.
But then you can fill in the pieces little by little, depending on the offseason. Like this offseason, they got Von Miller. The offseason before, they were able to draft Greg Rousseau, so they filled out their edge with that. I just like the continuity they have.
Yeah.
Not only the players, but also having Sean McDermott and that coaching staff. Now, I know they lost Brian Dable. I don't know if they lost any other coaches, but as long as you have that main guy,
and the thing was, when they
you
lost,
can make it work.
And the thing was, they kind of did what we did. So we lost our coordinator because we just did, right, in terms of Randy Fiegner. But then we promoted our, at the time, QB coach, Matt Canada, to OC. So that's what they did up in Buffalo. Brian Dable left. Ken Dorsey was the QB coach. So they just pumped him up. And now you can see it's still pretty much the same explosive offense. Think it's a little bit more, just a little bit more buttoned up, like not as arrogant at times. Because you know how we talked about last year when we played in week 1, it was kind of like,
how Ken Dorsey's running it.
Yeah, it's not to that level of arrogance. It's still some arrogance out there with the offense, but it's not to that level. And that's the big difference I see between the two. But no, you're absolutely right. The continuity is definitely there.
I was actually surprised in the Ravens game. They didn't take that many shots. I
That's-
didn't know if it was
yeah.
because of the weather or not.
Part of it, yes. Yeah.
But they were just trying to throw like little 5-10 yard
Yeah.
passes. They weren't taking any real shots down the field.
They was trying to play through Singletary for a little bit too, man.
Yeah.
Do some stuff, man. But the second thing that I like about this Bills team is their pass rush. You talked about Von Miller coming there, man. That's been a huge upgrade because prior to that, their version of that veteran pass rusher was a Jerry Hughes. And Jerry Hughes is a good player, but Jerry Hughes isn't Von Miller or even in that conversation. And when you're watching how Von has been playing this season, it's opened up so much for that front. Gregory Rousseau is another guy who's been able to really benefit from that. To me, I still feel like their best D lineman has only played one game this season in terms of Ed Oliver. I know he was limited today. And he's their D tackle, top 10 pick, top 5 pick, if I remember correctly, when they got him. But yeah, that pass rush as a whole, man, they got guys that can win. They got guys that win one-on-ones and they create havoc. And I mean, it was shown even in that Baltimore game. Obviously, it was highlighted in that Rams game. And just throughout the season, that's been one of the things that has been able to help this Bills team remain good defensively, even with all the injuries that they're having on the secondary and stuff like that.
Okay, my third one.
Is it the shout song? The Bills
No.
make me wanna shout.
No.
My hands up.
I can't really pull out the organization one on this one because
Is it the
they
colorway?
started to right the ship over
Is
these
it the
last 4 or
uniform?
5
Is the
years.
uniforms? You like the uniform? What
But
you
the
like?
Bills were a desolate franchise for
Come
a
on,
good
man.
15, 20 years.
What's your final theme, man? What's your final? You love the atmosphere up there? Huh? What you love about it? Oh, you like the Bills? Well, tell me what you like about them. Come on, man.
I'm with you on the edge rushers, but I think I like Diggs more, just the Josh Allen Diggs connection. I don't know if all three of my answers, there's too much layover there. 'Cause I'm talking about Josh Allen. There's continuity, and that involves Josh Allen and Diggs.
Oh, you like the Bills? Well, tell me what you like about them.
Diggs is damn good.
Dang, Deke said, bro, I'd have ran out of. He said, yo, it's only 3 spots. I need another spot. That's what Deke said. Remember that, not me.
I maybe would have brought up the safeties if Micah Hyde was healthy.
Yeah.
Because Poyer's on one this year. He's got 4 picks in 4 games.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Minka's got 3.
Mm-hmm.
It should be 4, though, too.
Fair.
They should be tied for first. Because
Fair.
did you see the
I
screenshot?
I did.
Oh, my God.
It's it.
You see it in real time. You're like, yeah, I guess
my only
the
question
feet
is
were
this, though.
up.
The screenshot, yes, but in real time, I do wonder. Like it's bang bang. It's definitely bang bang.
Oh my
The screenshot looks
Why
like.
wasn't that looked at more?
I don't know. The screenshot definitely says yes, but the live play
Looks
it
like his
says
feet
no.
were up.
Yeah, and that's my part. I'm like, I don't know if he has possession completely on the screenshot, but it's so quick. I definitely know what you said. I definitely saw that play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely saw that play, though, bro.
That's tough. And yeah, and maybe you could even talk about the secondary if everyone's out, just in general,
Yeah.
because you would have the 2 safeties.
Right.
Elam,
Trey White. Yeah.
Trey White's back, and then Jackson's playing pretty good, too. But, no, I'm just going to stick with Diggs because no matter what happens on the defense with the edge rushers and stuff, that Josh Allen-Diggs connection can keep the team going.
Yeah. I like that, man. The last thing I ended with, I just kept it simple. I ain't even... Because you was like, here and there, and then I did see the overlap, and that's kind of how you felt like y'all was about to run out of spots. I just kept it as simple as Diggs. I wanted to go and give some more and this and that, but Diggs is the answer, like how you just said right there, man. He is their version of Antonio Brown. From a person that walked into many stadiums with AB from 2014 to 2017. Now, I can't speak on what he's been up to since then, because obviously he's been taking a different path. But during those years, it was no better feeling than walking in that thing with Nino Brown, Mr. A.B. You knew what time it was. The Wi-Fi was going to be lit and all the shenanigans was in effect, And right now, when you watch Diggs, it feels the same way, man. Whether you're talking about the appearance, because A.B. was always going to look fresh. You look at Diggs, he always look fresh. You talk about having that big feel about a person, right? When A.B. walk on that field, it just looked different, right? When you watch Diggs, it kind of looks the same. And just a guy that when they're out there, that competitive nature too. Like one of the things that gets overlooked with AB is how competitive he is when he's on that field. And to me, Diggs has a lot of those similar characteristics. Maybe it's because both of them were late round draft picks. AB is 6, Diggs a 5th. But you see when they're out there, they play like they're pissed off, man. They talk crazy trash to you, let you know like, bro, you ain't got nothing for me today. And I like that energy, baby. I like that. Like I said, I see a lot of similarities with this current team and with our Killer B team as well, man, in terms of like that offensive connection and stuff like that, man. But the third thing, like I said, for me is Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, they compared Diggs whenever he was a rookie to AB. I'll never forget that. And because I was still into fantasy at the time, so everyone was talking about him as being a sleeper because I don't know what round he was drafted in. Was he a 3rd or 4th round pick for Minnesota?
No, he was 5th in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah, he slid.
But people were talking about him as a sleeper for his rookie year. They're like, dude, he's running routes like AB. Like he's looking like AB Jr. up here. And yeah, he did. He had a really solid rookie. He had like 900 yards or something like that, and then really started to come on the scene little by little. But then never really hit that full potential until he went to Buffalo with a quarterback like Josh Allen. It's weird. Why is Justin Jefferson lighting it up with Kirk Cousins, but Diggs couldn't hit that level with him?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But I think part of it is this. Justin Jefferson creates more downfield separation, whereas Diggs is going to route you up, and he can still beat you deep, but athletically, to me, he's not as gifted an athlete as Justin Jefferson. Justin, to me, can, like, roll. Like, when he gets going, you're like, bro, that's the crazy shake, speed, leaping ability, hands, like that. Whereas when I look at Diggs, I think of it in the sense of AB to Julio Jones. We would say AB was a dog, right? But Julio, we felt was a better athlete because the size, the speed, the leaping is like, yo, that just is different. But to us, AB is the better player. When I think of both of them dudes, I'm like, I see that type of comparison. Like, Diggs is athletic, isn't as gifted as Justin. Justin is a freaky athlete, bro. Like, freaky. But that's also why he was drafted where he was drafted, too.
Same thing with Julio versus AB.
Absolutely. It makes sense when you look at how both of these dudes can be gifted and make it, but one goes in the first round, top 15, top 10, the other 5th and 6th round. I do think that's part of it.
Do we want to hit these chats for the likes?
Yes, we do.
Top 3 likes. Well, first we got breaking news. TJ Watt is tuning in. He says, breaking news, I will be playing this week.
Shout out to TJ.
The unfortunate part, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think he's playing for the Steelers this week. He might be playing somewhere. He ain't playing with the Steelers this week, though.
He's still on IR. From what I'm hearing, he's eligible to come off for this Bucs game coming up. Now, whether it happens or not, that remains to be seen. But he will be eligible at that point.
Yeah, this is that sweet spot of IR time for both teams, actually. Tre'Davious White, he's actually eligible to come off for IR this week, too, man.
Before the Steelers game or next week?
No, like this game for the Steelers game. It ain't happening.
Is it happening?
No, it's not happening. Nah. Same way with TJ, it ain't happening right now, man.
Yeah, White has that ACL. When are they thinking he's going to be back?
Probably after their bye. They got a couple more games.
Okay.
Then. Yep. But we'll get into some of the things of why we should get even more excited about this matchup. But let's get some of these likes. All right. Ryan Woodside, he says he likes Josh Allen. He likes their pass catchers, and he likes their linebackers in terms of Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds. And yes, that is the brother to our Terrell Edmonds and former Trey Edmonds. So shout out to them Edmonds crew. All right, let's see what
I got Steelers girl 517 here. She says Josh Allen, Diggs, and 3 Bills Mafia.
Oh,
she says
okay.
I can't lie, they have a dope fan base.
Okay. J Mac 609 says
people are being too nice here.
Well, you started it. You went on that rant about Josh Allen. You notice I just kind of sat here.
I did. That was some high praise for
you
Allen.
did it. I just say I was like, wow. I couldn't. You said it all. You know, you said it all.
I've come a long way on my Josh Allen takes.
Yeah. But J Mac 609 says Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Big Bro Edmonds. Is that the big? I think that's the younger one actually, though. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's the baby of the bunch, man. Yep. All right. Let's see. And then William Lalini says Josh Allen, the receiving group, and their secondary when healthy. All right. That does seem to be like the 3 that I keep seeing. What you seeing on your end?
It's Tuke, Allen, Diggs, defensive front. So that's just like yours right there.
Yeah.
There was one I saw in here. It was pretty good.
Troy
He had
Mason
some good
Jr.
explanations. I'm trying to find it again.
Troy Mason Jr. says Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Gabriel Davis, hands down. Okay. Yeah, Gabe Davis, that's the number 2 receiver up there, man. He's been looking good.
What's the deal with his name change? He doesn't want to be called Gabriel anymore?
I didn't look into all that, bro.
Because everyone's calling him Gabe Davis now.
I just figured that was like a short.
Yeah, I don't know if he just didn't like being called Gabriel anymore.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like how over in Indianapolis,
right?
With Shaq Leonard that wanted to be called Darius. I didn't think it was like that. Yeah, I just think it's just like instead of saying Gabriel, just saying this Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel makes you seem like you're a soft player, right?
Yeah, it's Gabriel.
That's the angel name, right? Gabriel.
When you say Gabe, it's like, whoa.
Gabe Davis.
Whoa, it's
a little more hardcore. Not
edgy.
much, though.
It's not, but it's
not by
edgy.
much.
It's like, yo, you don't have like the nice robe on, but you still like in a nice button up, though. You still nice, Gabe. Yeah.
Darnell Thornton, this is the one I wanted to read. Josh Allen, he got that farmer in him. Von Miller on a mission. That other Edmonds brother is scary.
All right. He got that farmer in him. I ain't never heard that, but he do got that country farm strength that's what you're referring to. Yeah, that's always on display with them, man. But
did we talk about where he was from?
Because I know he University of Wyoming.
He went to Wyoming. Yeah. Where's he actually from, though?
He's from California.
Is he?
He's a Cali kid.
He looks like a farmer kid, but he's not.
Mm-hmm. I like it though. All right. So, you ready to tap into the other side of this thing?
Sure.
What we don't like about this Bills team?
Sure.
I don't like the fact that they're located in Buffalo and, not here with me. So I can have Pittsburgh and Buffalo together. Dang.
Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah. We wouldn't accept that.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that they didn't give me that nice contract that the Pittsburgh Steelers gave me. Changed my life forever.
You didn't like the GM at the time, huh?
I did not like the GM at the time. Let me not say that because somebody's going to Google that. All right. I was not a fan of the organization's direction at the time. How about that? That's a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't the GM.
Yeah, just leave it at that. Let's put it correct that way. All right. Yeah. You just never know. All right.
There was a lot at play.
But in the chat, drop the 3 things that you do not like about this Buffalo Bills team. And shout out to John Doe. Griselda's the best thing they got. You're not a rap guy. I forgot that. That's Benny the Butcher. Conway the Machine,
See, I am a rap guy.
West Side Gun?
I'm like out of the game. It's almost like fantasy football. Like I used to listen to a lot of rap.
The Butcher
high school,
coming.
college, couple years out of college. I haven't been as much into it, at least knowing what's coming out and whatnot.
Yeah.
If I hear a good song, it's a good song. I don't care if it's rap, country, or what it is.
No, respect.
But I'm out of the game. Like in terms of the rappers' names, when are the albums coming out, the song. But if you know what I mean, you hear something. So if something's popping on TikTok, that's on the radio.
You probably have heard some of his stuff, yeah. But he's one of their like. Think about how Wiz was when we came up. And obviously, like the Black and Yellow song, and that like when that hit and how he kept blowing up. So for Benny, he's past that, but he's not to where Wiz is at right now per se. In terms of like how Wiz is like locked in, stamped. Like, but he's growing to that stage right now. So it's a vibe up there, man. Yeah.
How old is he?
Shoot, like
You think he's gonna stay at this level, or you think
no, he's gonna keep going. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, dislikes. What do we got?
So dislikes. We got 3 of these things. Are we sure we got 3? I mean, I was searching far and wide. I think I was able to find 3. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of research. It took a lot of effort. You know, I was almost exhausted when I was done with this search. But I found 3, Deke. I did find 3. All right. The first one that I don't like about this Bills team is their ball security.
Yeah.
Whether you're talking Josh Allen, these receivers, these running backs, they don't value the ball to the same level that we've seen here, especially under Mr. Trubisky, because he values the ball very much. But the reason why the ball security is an issue for them, and is going to go into one of the other reasons that one of the other things I don't like about this team right now, but it does go to the fact that they are very confident in their ability to score points. They're very confident in their ability to overcome mistakes. So at times you'll see their ball carriers put it on the ground multiple times in a game. Josh Allen, even though he's extremely difficult to bring down at times, he's dangerous in the open field. When he's running the ball, he carries the ball very loose at times. And that's been one of the things that even when we played them last year, we got out of the stadium because of their ball security issues. That has not went away. Even you watching the game against Baltimore last week, they put the ball on the ground. I think it was Devin Singletary had one. And low-key, they probably could have had another pick in there too, just in the sense of when Josh does throw the ball, because he's throwing it so hard. Yeah, when he throws that ball, it's coming out that thing like a jugs machine. So when it hits off of your guy's hands, that thing is going all type of places. So it's definitely scenarios where when I think of that ball security, I'm eyeballing a Minkah Fitzpatrick off the hands of somebody and getting anyone, because that happens a lot with them. But because they know they can score, that's part of the reason why they don't care about that ball security to that same extent. So you'll see them reach that ball out. You'll see them carrying it with one arm and stuff like that versus protecting it and acting like it actually matters.
Yeah, I forget which running back it was, fumble it.
James Cook done fumbled it multiple times. That's the rookie out of Georgia, the Dalvin Cook's younger brother. They use him, but every time they want to put him out there more, he fumbles the ball. He done fumbled it, I think, 3 times this season. I don't think he's lost all of them, but he's fumbled multiple times this year already.
I think it was Singletary in this Ravens game. But it was just funny, like no one batted an eye.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs just walked by.
Yeah, it's like, all right, it's whatever.
You would think a dude like Diggs would be like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Yelling. I'm like, hold on to the damn ball. Dude. He didn't even do anything. He just walked away, and they're going to the sideline. They're probably just thinking, all right, we'll get him back next series.
But that's the difference. And it's kind of like when we talk about our Killer B era, you didn't see a lot of people tripping when we would turn the ball over.
L. Bell wasn't fumbling it, though, either. AB wasn't dropping.
But we would have interceptions. Let's not act like we ain't turned the ball. We still had turnovers. But it never felt like, it's going to kill us. Because we knew, they could come back from down 3 scores like that. And that's how this Bills team operates. And like you said, it's funny when you watch it on tape, you see that. They just kind of like, all right, whatever, we good. Yeah.
I'm with you on that, and I guess maybe this is a good segue for mine. I don't like the running backs.
You bring up some good point, man. Absolutely.
Can't trust them at all. They've been waiting how many years for one of these dudes to develop into a top 10 or 15 running back, at least like a bell cow that they can trust. Devin Singletary's nice. I see some of the shiftiness that he brings to the table, but again, the fumbles.
Yeah.
And then if that offensive line ain't blocking good, he's not one of those dudes that's shaking off guys like Najee Harris and stiff arming and making things happen on his own. Yeah. And then James Cook, you're right. He really hasn't been what they thought he was going to be as a rookie. Zach Moss, what's the deal with him? He was a trade target in the offseason.
It's just the trust element. Sometimes he comes out there, he looks like he should be the bell cow back, and they'll move on from Devin Singletary. But then he'll go out there in misprotection, put a ball on the ground, and you're like, what is this? It's all 3 of them dudes, though, man. It's the inconsistency part.
Like, you look at their rushing totals this year, they're like a top 10 or 12 rushing team.
As a team, because
Josh Allen is leading the team in rushing yards.
I was going to say the team. Yes, not those dudes.
Josh Allen has 30 attempts, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Singletary is the next best guy with 129 yards at 3.8 yards per carry. Zach Moss has only 84 yards. James Cook with 58. At least Singletary's got the 141 receiving with a touchdown, but still.
And that's the part that makes Singletary. That's why they keep rolling with him, even when he puts the ball on the ground, because he is their best receiving threat. James Cook, they drafted to be that, but ball security is the bigger issue. So you can't trust him to that level just yet. But Singletary gives you that element of it.
You're right with Josh Allen. 4 fumbles on the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many were
Like I said,
recovered by the Bills
all,
and whatnot. But
yeah, they fumble a lot, though. As a team, they put the ball on the ground, man, and they'll throw picks. All right. So you said your first one was the receivers?
Yeah, that's
I mean, the
I
running
mean, it
game,
goes hand
backs,
in hand a little bit with your turnovers, because
No,
that was another thing I was
100%.
considering. Because
All
you
right.
could even see it when Josh Allen's throwing. He'll be trying to throw into tight windows,
Bro.
and the ball's flying out.
And when it flies, bro, it goes wherever. Because you see him, he'll put all, it's like throwing a fast pitch out there, man.
Yeah, some of
Like,
them, when it's not even tight
yes,
windows,
bro.
it's like a drag 5 yards in front of
yes,
them.
and it's like a cannon coming off that thing, man. Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing, I guess, going back to whenever he was younger. That was the one thing everyone was talking about.
Touch.
Like, he doesn't
Touch.
have that touch. Obviously, he's developed it for sure, but he's
It's
still
a-
got that
it's-
cannon. And maybe
yes.
it's tough to rein in at times.
Yes. Absolutely. All right. The next thing, though, that I don't like about this team currently is their health. They're extremely banged up on the back end of this defense. As we talked about, their corner, Tre'Davious White, that's their Pro Bowl, All-Pro, big contract guy. He's still out with an ACL injury. In the back end, Micah Hyde out for the season with a neck. Jordan Poyer, he's been dealing with the elbow that you see the big brace on, but he also has a rib injury he's dealing with.
He had the 2 picks last week, but do you think he was off a little? Even though like he had the 2 picks, do you think he wasn't right?
Yes. But he's still, like, the thing with Jordan is this. He's such a smart player that when the athletic part isn't there, he can make up for it just by being in the right position. Now, I know the 1 pick was off of a tip, so that is context.
Right, the one he made at the end of the game.
The end
was
of the
pretty
game
sweet.
one was
like
nice.
he trucked the
Yes.
dude as he was picking it.
Yes, that one was good. The first one, it just hit off the dude's helmet and went over
Right,
the
that was
air.
at the
That
line
was
of
it.
scrimmage.
Absolutely. Yeah, but you know how they spin it. Oh, they got 2 picks. You know how it go.
That was like one of those ones back in 2020 when we were
Right.
throwing a lot of balls at the line of scrimmage,
And it just
it was
get bounced.
getting
You're like,
tipped
bro,
up,
how does that happen?
and they wanted to blame Ben, and
Yeah.
I was in here defending 7.
You held him down. You held him down.
Yeah.
But yeah, the team health is something that, like I said, I'm just not a fan of right now. They just got to get healthy. And even on offense, they're losing guys. Jamison Crowder,
The
who's been
secondary
there,
receivers.
Yeah, Jamison Crowder, who's been their returner and second receiver, he's out. I think he has the broken ankle. Then, no. He has no.
McKenzie's
Jamison
got something too.
Yeah, so Crowder has the ankle. Isaiah McKenzie has the concussion. He's in the protocol. He got slept. He caught a pass on like a 3rd down, gets hit, jogs off the field, but everybody's like, yo, he's a little off, you know? So I don't.
It's the battle of the concussion protocol this week.
Like,
Terrell
that's-
Edmonds versus Isaiah
seriously,
McKenzie.
bro. I'm like, yeah, it's a little, nah.
Tua screwed it up for everyone.
He did, because now everybody's like super like, yo, you can't. If it looks cobwebbish, nope. Mm-mm. Yeah. So that's the part where I'm kind of like, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Typically, if that happened, I'm like, yo, he'll be back next week. Right now, I don't know, man. But the other dude though is Ed Oliver. Like I said, he's their best interior D lineman, the pass rusher, run stopper, the high end draft pick. But he hasn't been out there since week 1. He's been dealing with, I think it's an ankle. Now he's been practicing last week, and then obviously practiced today as a limited guy. But when they have that many people hurt, that many people out, some of their old linemen as well, man, it's just like, it's a lot to deal with, man. So that's why I have their team health as, the second thing that I do not like about this team.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. Maybe I'll just take it a little bit of a step further and say the defense as a whole, I don't like.
Fair.
I actually compare it to ours in a way where
it's situationally good.
It's very solid. It's solid still, but it's missing a ton of those key guys. And I'm seeing them get offenses into tough spots, but then I see offenses convert.
Get out of them.
A la how we saw with the Steelers and Jets game last week,
Yes.
where we consistently got the Jets in 3rd and long, but you see dynamic plays being made and the defense can't stay off the field. You see leaks. So, like, last week with the Ravens, we saw it a couple times, but also in the Dolphins game. Like, you look at what's crazy about that Bills-Dolphins game, you look at that time of possession. I think the Bills had it for like 40-plus minutes.
They dominated everything except
The
when
Dolphins
it was
only
time
had
to
like
get off the field.
200 yards
Yes.
on offense, and it was due to those like big-time plays that they made on 3rd and long, critical moments, and they could keep things going.
Jalen Waddle, they lost on a 3rd and 22.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And you saw it last week against the Ravens where Lamar threw that one up with like his eyes closed. It hit off Mark Andrews, and the other Bills guy.
Oh my God. That was the most disgusting, fluky, lucky. He should have been sacked twice. Then he rolls out like, yo, I totally forgot about that play. That was, yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, I would say the defense as a whole, because, again, they are solid. I'm not trying to, like, rip on them too much. But I also think, you could correct me if I'm wrong on this, what I saw from last week is whenever they were only pressuring with 4 guys, they weren't getting to Lamar that quickly. Whenever they brought an extra blitzer, definitely they got Lamar to escape the pocket and cause some havoc.
Yep.
But if they're just throwing 4 guys, and we know what that could mean if you could send 4 guys and still get pressure. That I mean, we've seen that with T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt, and when Highsmith has been on. And it doesn't feel like the Bills are able to do that. They got some leaks in the running game, too, or their run defense. So I'm just going to say their defense as a whole, it's not like a shot at them because, like, overall the Bills are still a really good team.
Absolutely.
But this is something you could point out is, like, I just think their defense is kind of weak at times, especially situationally like we talked about.
No, I definitely like that right there. All right, man. You bring it. Let me find out my
Bring
man Deke.
some heat.
Deke been in the lab this week.
I had to figure out some ways to beat these Bills, man.
That's what you was doing?
Yeah.
That's what you was doing? You in the lab like
It's
that?
a rivalry game, dude. This is, college football, you have those big rivalry games. Backyard brawl with
I've been
Pitt and
feeling like
WVU.
that. I've been feeling like that.
This is
I didn't know if I
actually,
could fully go there with it, man.
We have Steelers Browns. I mean, what can we call this one?
I don't know.
The podcast rivalry?
Maybe, or is it the? It can't be the Lake Erie rivalry. Let me see.
No, that would be Browns Bills. Actually.
Yeah, because Browns Bills. That's what we call that whenever we play them. Is it the PA Turnpike battle? I don't know.
Yeah, you could take the Turnpike. Is that I-79?
Yeah, because you would take 79 to go. Yeah, so we could say it's the
I-79 bull.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah. How about that? Yeah.
Especially with Pickett getting his first start too. I had to unturn every stone to try to help him, give him some insight for the Bills team.
And look, and because we're gonna talk to TG in a little bit, but then when we do get to our advantages and disadvantages and talk about this actual game preview and break that part down too. Oh yeah, man, we gotta get some reasons to believe in the young fella. Come on now. But the third thing that I don't like, and man, this was tough. Deke, this was so hard to find, bro. It was so hard to find the third thing. But the third thing that I do not like about this current Bills team is their offensive arrogance.
Wow. Still there.
It is still there. Like I said, it's not to the extent when it was with Brian Dable, where it was literally, hey, we do not care if we are on our own 20-yard line and it's 4th and 2, we're going to go for it. We obviously saw that last year multiple times. It's not to that extent, but when you talk about the ball security, when you talk about how they are in certain elements of their game, man, when it's like, you don't have to be this aggressive. Now, some of it works out, but it's kind of like, why do you want to keep taking those type of chances where it could be a situation like when I think of a year ago, Monday Night Football, Bills, Titans, right? And I think it was 3 or 4 times where the Bills could have just easily got points. And I'm not even talking goal-to-goal situations. They're just like high red zone or in the 30s. And it's like, yo, you can just kick this field goal. It's 3rd and 7. Why are you tripping? And they'll make it, nope. 3rd and 7. All right, cool. All right, let's go for it on 4th and 7. We in the red zone. It's close enough. And that type of stuff.
That's some Madden shit right there.
No, seriously, bro. Seriously. But you remember, they got the stat for, I think, up until last game it changed. But for like a while, it was like how many games with one punt or no punts. Like, that's the type of stuff that they've been on. But a lot of it is because of how aggressive they are on those 3rd and 4th downs. Like, they don't care. It'd be 4th. They're like, I'll go for it. Midfield, we don't care. We'll go for it. That type of stuff. For me, I'm like, that's arrogance. That's you just saying, man, I don't care. You're not going to be able to stop this. And at times it's cool. But it can't be like your calling card, your MO. Like, hey, man, if it's ever debatable, we going. Like, that's the part for me. I'm just kind of like, like you said, it feels real Madden-ish at times, man.
Yeah, you don't want to turn into
feels real Madden-ish,
John Harbaugh.
Or not even, or Harbaugh, or the dude out in the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Staley. Like, I'm like, that's what it, at times, I'd be like, to put it. Like, I know you got Josh, and I know Josh does some crazy things out there. He makes it happen. But still, it's like, do you got to do it every time? So, that would be the third thing for me.
So we've been talking about the Bills-Ravens game a lot so far this podcast. Yeah. And going back to just decision-making, I cannot believe Harbaugh went for it.
Yes.
It ended up being that Lamar picked the Poyer. Yeah. just take the 3 points. Your defense wasn't playing that bad against the Bills.
Take the 3.
The Bills started coming back a little bit, but
take the 3.
I mean, you could have maybe stopped them. Worst case, you make the Bills kick the field goal. Who knows what happens with field goals these days too? We're seeing dudes
and in the
miss
conditions
left and right.
in the conditions that it was last week.
Yeah, some pressure. Yeah, Bass almost missed one.
Come on,
like
man.
It just went right through the one
And
arm. Right, you had the pressure.
Come on, man. Yeah, everything made sense. Like, yo, let's kick it.
And then you go to overtime, coin toss, and you see what happens there. I did not understand that one at all.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some coaches, man, and I'm like, yo, is that Harbaugh's name? Because we talked about him last year and how we saw that in stadium versus us. And then I think it was like 2 weeks following us as well, where it was like, why are you doing this? Why are you making it we're going to win or lose right here, right now? Like, it does not have to be that, man.
Yeah, there's times you like it, though. Yeah. It's all about the feel of the game, too.
Yeah.
And with the feel of the Ravens-Bills game, I thought you needed to kick the field goal.
Exactly.
Maybe against us with Ben having some momentum, leading some of those drives down the stretch in the fourth quarter. That's why he went for it for 2. But I don't know. That one just didn't make sense last week.
Yeah.
My last one, I'm going with the offensive line.
Okay.
I think some of these teams have been getting some pressure on Josh Allen. And at times they're not as good in the run game. And, Josh Allen will drop back, hand it off. Singletary, he'll run into a brick wall. Oh, yeah. So just across the board, I think there's some holes in their offensive line. And I'll be interested to see. I know Highsmith had an amazing matchup against the Jets, like third or fourth string left tackle. But with the trajectory he's on this season, as I said at the beginning, I feel like he's a little underrated. Like I know having T.J. Watt would greatly benefit him, but I think he could be doing pretty well on his own because he has thus far. Now, for the whole defensive sake, we need a T.J. Watt in there. But I think Highsmith can at least pick up a little bit from T.J. Watt being gone.
I am with you as it pertains to Highsmith, but I did want to just kind of bring up, we high on Highsmith, right? Yeah. 4.5 sacks. Or no, 5.5 now, right?
Yeah.
But you do know Vaughn got 3, Greg Russo got 4 as well. So it's like, I love the optimism about Highsmith and that, but I'm like, yo, they got a young dude as well that they think could take that next step too. And he is actually doing it too in stadium, man.
I agree. They're good.
Like it's going to be good. Like, I think this is, like I said, in both teams where we're at right now, we're going to be able to do some things. When you're talking about their offensive line, no, that is legitimate. It's legitimate as heck. I want to see. Because Highsmith this week is not as favorable as a matchup.
Dawkins is decent. He's decent. But their offensive line as a whole, but Dawkins, it just sucks not having TJ on the other side. Cam's hurt now, too.
That's the game changer. Oh, my gosh. Because now I'm like, I can see Dawkins and Highsmith being a wash because both of those dudes are 2 really good young players emerging in this league. Like, I like both of them. But you're right, man. If TJ's out there, that changes everything. Because now, if there's a guy to have a situation, who do you think they're going to go help right now? Got to have a situation, they're going to say, well, you know what? Well, we can give you a little help if you need some, Deion. Whereas if TJ's out there and Cam is completely healthy, you don't have that luxury. So I do feel you, man. 100%. Bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I'm ripping on their offensive line a little bit, saying it could be a weakness for them. But we got to take advantage. And at times with how this defensive line and our edge rushers have been doing, like last week against the Jets in critical moments, it hasn't been there. Yeah. But for the game as a whole, it has.
It has, right.
Can we get it for the full game against Buffalo?
Yeah. So we are going to see, man. We are going to see. But it's going to be a good one, though. Definitely a good one. All right, let's see, man, what some of the people said for some of the dislikes. And hopefully the chat didn't jump too much. Worst case, we'll go supers until we hop on with TJ.
I think I got them all, bro. All right. I'll be honest with you. I think I've been on point today.
All right. Hey, now.
Yeah, I definitely have. But I'm trying to see if anyone's got those dislikes.
Yeah, because I know it kind of got crazy when we were talking about the battle. I'm seeing the Battle of I-79.
Oh, that's great.
That's what they call it, the Battle of I-79.
That's what it's got to be. Not the I-79, but the Battle of I-79. That's what
I definitely like that. I think it was Rod Dollar that said that too. Shout out to Rod for that. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I did not see.
He's got a shield and sword.
You see it, right?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was looking through the chat. I'm not seeing specifics. I'm seeing some Lamar Jackson in.
Damn, dude, you guys got to put some dislikes in here. Come on.
Hey, man, you know what? It's one of them things, man. You know, you ain't got to force it. If you can't find nothing that you don't like about the team, well, so what? You can't find nothing. You know, we'll go to supers, all right? Let's go to supers, man. It's all good, bro.
I need one thing, please.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. You know, we don't like their geographical location. All right, they're too close to Niagara Falls. All right, how about that? That works for you?
Okay, I got one.
Oh,
Christian Manzi
all right, here we go.
came through.
Here we go.
One, they're CBs versus our receivers.
Oh, no, that's absolutely. I like that.
Kenny gonna surprise them? So he's more talking about probably like just matchups and what we could do against them. But I'm liking this. Kenny's gonna surprise them.
I like that, man.
And then 3, our D line versus the O line.
Okay, let's get it then, man.
I hinted at that.
Let's get it. No, our receivers versus their DBs is definitely something that is gonna be interesting for us, man.
Because they've been playing kind of decent without White. Like Jackson's been good.
Oh, no, yeah,
they've been playing a lot of nickel too, huh?
Yes.
That's what Tom was saying in his press conference. I've noticed that with Johnson.
Yes, but that was also part of the reason why I think Baltimore was able to consistently move up the field on them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right, let's get Najee the ball.
Yeah, because when you play that nickel, you get a little light on there on some of them rundowns. And Baltimore was like, oh, you're going to keep running this nickel? You're going to keep, okay, and we're going to run at him too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not seeing much else.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, man, but they're young corners, man. Dane, I like him. Elam, like I said, Elam wasn't even supposed to be starting this year, bro.
Right.
Yeah, but they definitely have been playing a lot better. And also, man, shout out to your young pit boy too, man. DeMar.
Well, both of them,
yeah, absolutely.
Dane
He's another
DeMar.
one. Yeah, Hamlin. That's what. Yeah. About to say both of them dudes, man. They've been contributing well.
I'd say better for us that he's in versus a Micah Hyde.
100%. But I was going with the Pitt connection. That's all.
Right.
You a hell to Pitt guy,
that
man.
doesn't count this week.
What?
People are bringing up. Someone brought it up in the Twitch chat. They were saying like, "Hey, is that a huge advantage for Buffalo having 2 Pitt DBs there going up against Pickett?"
That was actually.
I'm like, nah.
They asked me
there's
that
so
today,
much
bro.
time removed from that. I don't think so. If anything, couldn't it be flipped and say it's in Pickett's favor? Maybe he knows some of the defensive back tendencies.
Like when I was asked this today, the way I had described it was like this.
Oh, people actually brought this up then?
Yeah, I was when I was on the Bills TV. They asked me about it. The thing is this: traditionally, the advantage goes to the quarterback because elite quarterback play will always beat elite defense. That's just how it goes. I saw it a ton of times whether we were in practice and it's like not saying we were elite, but knowing tendencies and knowing, hey, Seven's gonna have to throw it right here on this route. Our defense is designed to stop this route, and he's still gonna do it. You know why? Because he could do things with his arm that it didn't matter. So in normal context, that is definitely the case. The only reason I think this is slightly different is because their D-line versus our offensive line. I don't know how much time Kenny's going to be having when he's dropping back. This ain't the Jets D-line that was last week. And that Jets D-line was still able to create some pressure on us. This Bills front as a whole is still way more impressive than that Jets team. And that's the part where I'm like, if Kenny's not going to have his time to really sit back and chill and just process, and he's going to be having to play fast, having to play under fire, and it's a hostile environment, and Matt Canada's going to try to protect him, I don't know how much, he's going to have an advantage in that element right there. But once again, game flow does matter. But that's the part we're just specifically talking about familiarity, why this one I think is a little bit different than the traditional version of it.
Yeah, because those dudes, I mean, Jackson's a little bit older than Hamlin, but those dudes are still young in their own right.
Yeah, absolutely. They're figuring it out themselves, yeah.
All right, we ready for these supers then?
Yeah, let's get it, man. We do got a couple minutes too before we hop on with T.
Oh, for real? So, okay, yeah. 12th Wonder. Shout out to all my family that came to the game. We were 19 deep and came from every corner of the country. God bless you, too, and keep up the great work.
Let's go.
Wow, that's great to hear.
Oh, TJ actually texted me and said, you ready early. Okay, shout out to the homie.
You doing calm now? It's up to you.
Read a couple more real quick, and I'm gonna just text him real quick.
Okay, we might be able to get through all these.
Okay, sweet.
John Cooper, there's probably about 7 or 8.
Well, let's go ahead and do them then. I'm gonna act like I ain't see the text.
John Cooper, can someone explain to me all the hate for Tomlin?
Yeah, it's layered. It's layered, man. But yeah, I'll just leave it as layered. It's layered, man. It's layered.
Yeah, I don't get it. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
Who else are you gonna get?
It's a lot of nuance that goes into that one,
He's
man.
a pretty damn good coach, man.
Yeah, but we believe in Coach Tomlin. We don't have that type of hate, but yeah, it's layers to it.
Steeler Nation on fire. Does Mark Gilbert get activated this game? Whoa.
Oh, that's actually a good question. I am not sure yet, man. I'm not sure.
Haven't even thought about that.
I haven't either. Yeah, that actually caught me completely off guard. I'm like, man, is Marcus Allen? What's he been looking like on special teams? Yeah.
Man, Mark Gilbert.
All right, because I'm like, you got to take somebody. Who's somebody you're going to take? Yeah, you're not taking Spillane's.
Well, right now, what's our cornerback situation with Witherspoon being out? It's Levi, Cam Sutton.
Isn't Sutton on the injury report too?
He is. He's got to play.
Yeah.
I'm thinking him, Mink, and Cam Hayward are definitely playing.
Okay.
They're limited in practice. They're going to take it easy, and I think they're going to play. That's my bet if I had to put money on it.
Okay.
Edmonds, concussion protocol, I guess that could be 50-50.
Yeah.
Akello's definitely out.
And
Presley Harvin's going to play.
And the fact that Edmonds left the game, too. Bro, like, I went back and watched the play again. I don't know if it was just, like, how – I think he didn't see. I think he didn't see the dude, and that has to be it, right? Because other than that, I'm like, I don't see him getting hit in the head.
Right.
I don't. I looked at him, I'm like, yo, I just think
weird.
I just think he just didn't see the dude, and maybe that got him. I don't know. Different, bro. Yeah.
Mark Gilbert? I mean, all right, so then it'd be Millette, Pierre, and like a Norwood combination. We might need Norwood back at safety if Edmonds is out. So his point's not bad in terms of bringing up Mark Gilbert.
Yeah.
It's basically between like him and Pierre then as that fourth guy you could potentially want out there. I think they would go with Pierre.
Pierre's going to play
though.
before Gilbert
That's
plays.
what I'm thinking. Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing to call him up, though.
Yeah.
Let's go UW. So how are we feeling about our entire starting secondary being on the injury report? This is the perfect next comment. It's very concerning going against a pass-heavy team.
Yeah, a pass-heavy team with Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis and Dawson Knox. Yeah, I get it. I definitely get it, man.
AV STL beats. Imagine KP under center and 7 as the OC.
Oh.
I don't like the whole 7 OC stuff. No,
Why not?
No, I'm over it. No, he's fine.
Okay.
If he's coming back, I want him back to play. And, yeah, that's not happening. All right, we got LeVar Dawson. I'm hoping Kenny gets the best of his former Pitt DBs. Do y'all think it's doable?
No, it's definitely doable, without a doubt. The question would be, can this offensive line allow him that situation as well, though? That's the part that I'm looking at more concerning. I don't have that concern about Kenny being able to get the better of Dane Jackson and DeMar, but I definitely have the concerns about this offensive line being able to consistently protect the way this Bills rush has been going.
Who gets cut when Calvin Austin returns? This is from Chris Mack. Gunner or Sims?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be interesting, though. We'll see what Sims does. If Sims looks good, that maybe changes stuff. If Sims looks not so good, maybe that
because Sims can do some of that reverse stuff. We saw him do that in preseason. That Gunner's been doing in the regular season.
Right. So probably look at it like, because I don't think Calvin's going to play this week. And we'll obviously get more info when we once we see like the practice report from Coach Tomlin. He talks on and stuff like that. But look at it like, man, if Sims goes out there and balls out, well, it'll probably be Sims staying. If Sims does not go out there and ball out, it'll probably be Gunner staying. You know, that's kind of how I see it, though.
How we looking here?
Well, I was going to say, man, let's go ahead and table the rest, because I did see a couple more continue to come in.
I'm going to say one more, because this one doesn't necessarily need a response. It's just Mike Hood saying, I think it's time for the team to huddle up in prayer. We need continuity and the team to come together. Peace to all. Love the show.
Now, you can never have enough of that prayer, too, man. Deke even blessed us with a prayer that one time.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was kind of like DMX mixed with, like, Eminem mixed with, like, 8 Mile and, you know, and what was the dude from Malibu's Most Wanted? It was like all that together. B-Rabbit. Yeah. I liked it, though, man. Keep it real.
I thought it was pretty decent.
That was dope. I ain't gonna lie. It was dope.
Thank you.
All right, let's get ready to call up the homie, see what he is on. I actually don't think I got this done right. Let me check. Oop.
Are we good?
In a second. Ha 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 ha. Now we are good. See, let me call him up, see what he got going. Oh, what that thing loud as a mug, bro. I'm gonna blow my ear out, about to die.
I got you.
All right.
Yo, what it do, TG? What it do? I'm talking. I got my locker made on. For y'all that don't know, we are on the phone with Steelers alum, former Steelers linebacker, West Virginia Mountaineer as well, and more importantly, my locker mate. So without further ado, warm welcome to the homie TG Terence Garvin. How we living though, bro?
I'm feeling good, living good. You know, another day. As Coach LeBeau says, it's a great day to be alive.
Hey, it's a great day to be alive. You know that. And with it being a great day to be alive, I also need to address your Mountaineers.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. What happened? Because I actually watched that. I watched that game. Because you know I got my JMU dudes on both sides. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to hear from the horse's mouth. What was going on with y'all out there, man?
Man, we're trying to figure us out still, man. You know what I mean? From things I'm seeing, we're in a little bit of identity. Who are we? Are we a running team? Do we want to give the ball to 12 all day? Do we want
to? 12 is nice. 12 is nice now.
12 is nice.
I like 12 a lot. I like him a lot.
He in the protocol, that's gonna hurt a little bit. He took a nice little lit, but get that back. But 12 is nice. But then we got a quarterback. We got to throw. So
okay.
Like we're trying to figure out this. We sit a lot in this. Let me get technical. We sit a lot in this 11 personnel with the Y off. You know what I mean? We try to spread them out in a 2x2, 3x1 sets, but we try to keep that Y off. To all my good people. You know what I mean? And we trying to incorporate the Y in the split zone and different run games and whatnot. And it's not really our strength right now.
Do you have a dude at that Y spot?
We don't have a guy at that Y. Oh,
that's the problem. You can't do that without a guy.
We got a guy out wide in zero. You know what I mean? At the X. You feel me? We got some good players at the receiver, some good possession guys. So we're trying to figure out our keys. You know what I mean? You feel that?
I definitely feel what you said, because you can't run an offense through Travis Kelce without a Travis Kelce or a George Kittle, etc. Man, where are you?
Are you driving in a convertible right now?
You sound like you going through a windstorm, bro.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, man.
You driving on the highway?
I got passionate.
He said I got passionate.
Similar to the good Steelers, the Pittsburgh team, we're trying to find our identity. You know, we're rolling out. Hold on,
I see the
parallels. You walk inside. You see where I was going with that? We're rolling out. We're doing a lot of waggles, boots. We're trying to just figure out who we are and how we can put more points on the board. You know. We seen Texas. We took a L. We did.
I'm glad you were humble and you just left it at that.
Pittsburgh lost 2 down there. But then we got.
I don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
I don't want to hear it.
Pitt lost 2 over there. I'm just saying, like, let's be real. We keep it real.
You can't be talking though. You can't be talking.
Pitt lost up the street too.
I don't want to
hear it. You know what I mean? Pitt lost too.
That boy said misery loves company. Everybody coming down today.
Listen, we talked about Pitt on Monday. I didn't bring up West Virginia one time.
Did you see that? Did you throw that shot?
That boy said, but Pitt lost 2. They lost up the road too.
Yeah, let's just be real. You know, we all had a rough week. We all had a tough week. We're all trying to figure out who we are.
Not to cut you off. I did want to say not all of us had a rough week.
Who y'all played, man?
They played.
Texas State.
They played Texas State with the new DC. You remember? You know? Yeah. So
you jumped on the new DC. You jumped on the new guy.
It was but honestly, it was a really bad game for us offensively. We weren't playing to our best, state, but we managed to put up 40. We managed to put up 40. So we beat them 40-13. I don't toss a good team. I don't know what we are just yet.
I don't want to talk to y'all till y'all see Marshall or Coast. That's when we're going to find out.
App State was that team that we were supposed. I thought App State was the one that was going to tell us who we are.
We talked about that. App State was
on top of the world.
App State was an illusion.
They're on top of the world, man.
App State upset
on top of the world.
And they upset a team and they won on a prayer. That was an illusion. That was an illusion.
Fair enough. We just take it one week at a time. I will say
they beat a baby team, and they
aren't we babies?
No, y'all not babies. That Texas A&M is babies. That's a baby. Those are kids.
We're
those are 19-year-olds.
In the FBS. We've been 1AA.
But you're talking about a 9-year-old to a red shirt COVID 23-year-old.
Chill out, man. Don't you do that. We're young.
That's a COVID redshirt team.
We're a new team.
These boys,
this is new territory.
Take it.
Nope. This is you said the same age as Kenny Pickett. You wow. You are foul.
Come on, them boys out there 23, 24, playing against 19, 18-year-olds.
Shots? He is taking major shots at your Pitt guys today,
I don't know.
You know what I'm here to talk about.
That boy said, yo, they playing the same age as Kenny Pickett. Oh,
come on.
I don't know if you should be talking shit about other people's college football teams right now. That's my thing.
Let's go.
I know Pitt had it rough. JMU's actually winning. I don't know why you're talking so much shit against
them. Man, we're just taking it 1 week at a time.
With Pitt, at least we can make it to the ACC championship still. I mean, the levels of our expectations have dropped a little bit, but you guys are completely out of that Big 12 conference right now.
Oh, y'all are out of it too. You're going to the car carrier bowl. Come on, man.
Nah, we can still
What are you
get
talking
to
about?
the
You're going to
championship
the,
game.
you know you're going to the car carrier bowl.
We'll get double-digit wins, keep the program
No, I don't
going
see
with
it.
that stock up, arrow pointing up.
You're going to the car carrier bowl
All right,
next year. Y'all got to, and you got to come to Morgantown next year. Don't get it twisted.
Serious question. Who feels more comfortable and confident with their quarterback situation right now? Because I do know Slovis is coming to fire in Pittsburgh. I just need to
Pitt or West Virginia?
Yeah.
West Virginia, we got a guy. We got a guy.
Okay. Deke, how do you feel about your guy?
I can't speak for him.
If we was winning, he'd be in the
West
Heisman
Virginia's
race.
quarterback's been doing since. Yeah,
if we was winning, he'd be in the Heisman race.
I don't know how he's been doing since that backyard brawl, but Slovis says. I said he's the Kirk Cousins of college football. He's gonna have all these empty stats.
And Kirk straight though. Don't y'all play with Kirk like that.
Don't
Y'all see
do
what he
that.
did. Y'all see what Kirk did. Let Kirk live.
He's like he's not
Kirk
a
live,
Kirk
man.
Cousins
Let
of
Kirk
college
live. Don't you
football.
do that. Let Kirk live. Kirk put
Not who he is.
Kirk put
That's
numbers
not
up,
who
man.
he is.
Kirk
He's
went
not
to the
that guy.
Superdome and got him a dub. Remember that.
No, I'm saying that as like a negative comment towards Slovis because I don't think Kirk Cousins is that good. It's just empty stats. He ended up with 303 touchdowns. Yeah, he's not Pickett. He ain't Pickett.
Sweet West Virginia. That he did that.
He came up clutch in West Virginia. Yeah, he came up clutch in that
He
game.
beat West V. I told you that week. That was your Super Bowl. You thought I was coming. I was beating for real. That was your Super Bowl. Y'all aren't though. I watched you. You're not that guy.
We should have beat Tennessee though. If
we don't drop that pass, we're singing country roads in that stadium. You know it and I know it.
How'd you feel about the remix version?
Country roads in that stadium tonight. We whooped y'all the whole game from top to bottom.
Nah, we had a ton of drops by our receivers.
Come on now, don't do that. Don't do that.
We gifted you that. Wasn't there like a random ass like punt block or something like that too? We gifted you a free touchdown.
Yo, this is funny.
Bro,
I never knew
all phases of the game for 4 quarters.
I just want to
You
let
got
you.
us for
I just want to
a
let you know,
minute.
bro. I never knew the rivalry was this hated and this deep.
Yes.
We love this.
like
bro,
those
guys,
y'all really go.
We don't like those guys.
Bro, this is
Whatever their
crazy.
name is, we don't do those. You know the
Bro,
slogan.
this is
This might be PG rated, but you know the slogan.
Y'all really be going.
that.
Y'all get up here every week and y'all act like we ain't talk about this later. Y'all be, yo, T suck too, bro. Hey, I see y'all lost though. How about y'all boys lost? Like,
I'm just saying everything was bad in
what?
Morgantown, but Pitt lost too. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, son.
We ain't even focused on
funny,
West
bro.
Virginia. We caught that dub week 1. We're trying to focus on ourselves out here.
I love it, bro.
I hear that, man. Everything's bad in Morgantown. But Pitt lost too. You see what I'm saying? So that made things a little bit. If what's the quotes right now? She's a 10, but it's like it's a 10, but the Pitt losing made it an 8. You feel it? It hurt, but it took a little bit of the sting off.
It won't that bad. It won't that bad.
Yeah. A little bit of the sting came off of that.
Respect.
Boy
said it took it off. It wasn't even that bad since I saw they lost.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, all right.
They lost too.
All right. At least we lost to Texas. Yeah, all right.
We lost to some guys.
Yeah.
That's Texas.
Yeah.
And and we started the horns down thing like we've been whooping Texas for a long time now. Like, don't get it twisted. We've been whooping Texas for a minute.
Nah, respect. Yeah, and the horns. Now I still don't understand why it pisses them off so much, but I haven't looked into it either. But yo, that is crazy. But I got to ask you about the other element of why we got you on the line today. We finally have the dawn of a new era.
Is that your king?
Is that your king?
Is that your king?
Hey, Deke, all I know is I randomly got text messages in a flurry on my phone as I'm in the stadium. I'm doing a halftime suite visit, and my phone is blowing up. Third quarter started. I didn't even realize the quarter had started. My phone is going nuts. I look, and it's heart, eyes, eyeballs, heart. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And I look on the field, and I realize who was out there. And I looked, and I saw who was calling my phone, who was texting my phone.
I couldn't get an answer.
TG was. I said, yo, is this your king? I
is
needed
this
to
your
know.
king?
So I said, I ain't even
TG's
call.
converted.
He didn't play with it.
Look, when I called, I ain't even call. I said, nope. I text myself. We said, yo, we gonna talk. What day works better, Monday or Wednesday? Don't tell me anything. So I'm gonna be just as new as you are to understanding. Does TG support Kenny, or is he not a supporter? We're gonna find out together at the same time. But I wanted it like this. I was like, nope, don't talk to me. Don't tell me anything. We're gonna catch up full time right here. So, player, how we living, man? What was up with the you know what I'm saying? When young KP8 took the field, what was your initial reaction to that thing, man?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is what the people wanted to see. This is what y'all have been asking for. Here he is. This is your king. And I'm not going to lie to you. Let me tell the truth. He came in and he did. I'm not going to take this shot. This is no shot. I think he played well. But he did exactly what I thought to do as a rookie. I don't think that was his fault on the interception. I give him that. When I've looked at it a couple of times, I give him that. I think he gave a chance to his big receiver to make a big receiver play. But I do think from what I learned, they say it's not, they don't ask you what happened, they ask you how many. You know? You know? You've heard that quote. They don't ask you how it happened.
Yeah,
they ask you how many.
They ask how many. I don't want to hear about, we barely lost. It was a fluke. No, I don't want to hear that.
We can say one on the one by the
we won on the Hail Mary. It don't matter.
That wasn't on him.
Don't matter.
I heard 3 of them. I seen 3 of them. Respect. I thought he came in and played all right, but I'm just saying what I seen. You might have seen different.
Well, all right, how about this? Let's backtrack a little bit. Are you making the move?
Let's talk about it.
Are you making the move at halftime? What do you think of the move?
Check my phone just now. I'm like, did the phone die? I'm like, did the phone die? Did the phone die? I'm like, what just happened?
Would you have made the move at halftime? What did you think of Tomlin's decision?
I think it was a big boy move. I think it was a Tomlin move. What did he say? I don't do threats. I make moves. I think he made a move.
He sent the shot. He was like, you know what? The warning was when you weren't doing it, now headshot. Bang, get in the front seat. We're going around the corner. Yeah.
Let's go. Do what we got to do. He brought in the relief pitcher. Give me the right. He came in. I give him this. He is fearless. I see that already. Yeah. He has no fear. He came in there. Deep ball first throw. Mm-hmm. Let's see what you are. 1 yard QB sneak. Everybody's that's our king. You know what I mean? I said it like that.
Why you saying it like that, bro? You sick.
These feel like backhanded compliments.
Sick. Oh my god!
I was getting texts like, "Yo, this is the savior." I'm like, "Yo, he had a 1 yard sneak."
You are sick.
Hold on, give it a second. Give it a second.
You better tell him, TG. You better talk. Get it off your chest today, TG. You better get it off.
Yeah, I'm like, give it a second.
Take TG's hiding
right now. We gonna crown him already. They like, yo, this is the savior. We're winning the game now. I'm like, hold on, bro. He did a 1 yard sneak. You don't get like.
Hey, he got us up 10 points. Defense let us down.
You know what? Shout out Matt Canada for calling the sneak, though. What did I say? Shout out for the sneak. That's how you build morale. That's how you do that. Like, I'm here for it.
Why are you doing this, TG? Why are you doing this,
bro? The sneak on the one. He didn't give it to his 244-pound running back that he drafted him. He went with the sneak. I'm here for it.
The sneak
I'm here for it.
We'll go with what works.
You got a problem.
You know. Bro,
Boy say, yo, he ain't give it to Najee. Nah, he ain't give it to Jalen Warren. He said, no, it's Ken.
The issue 2 years ago wasn't getting 1 yard. So he didn't go draft a running back in the first round to hand and get that 1 yard.
Because we didn't.
He went with
QB
his
sneaker.
first round QB sneak.
We didn't QB sneak.
I'm here for it.
That was the thing. We were like anti-sneaks. Yeah.
Get the people going. Let's go. I'm here for the error. I'm here for the error. I'm here for it.
So would you have made the move?
But would you? So you would have made the move too, though?
I told you. I thought he was gonna get a 2-week notice. I'm standing on. I thought he was gonna get a 2-week notice.
So
we were all wrong. We thought it was gonna be longer than this.
I thought it was gonna be way longer too. Yeah.
I'm happy about the decision.
I thought he was gonna get a 2-week notice. Now, I thought he brought him. I thought it was a good. I'm not saying. I think he wanted to change the. I think it was so dry. Boos were starting to come in. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
The boos get louder and louder.
There, bro. I seen it. Yeah.
That one in. You know. You're not winning. It's not like it's 3 in, 2 in. No, it's 1 in. Yeah. Give me the release.
Yeah.
Let's go. We can't keep taking these punches.
Nah, it gets real like that.
So
now, how do you feel now that Coach Tom has went on record and confirmed that not just was that switch made for the game, but going forward is going to be Kenny Pickett? Do you think that's the right move?
That was a life switch. That don't go back.
Okay.
He changed. You know how it go. You can't leave and go back to what you know. It's over. It's his time.
That's the new bay. That's the new joint.
That's the new, the new girl in the club. Like, that's the new baddie.
He said, yo, Mitch, you was cute and all, but you ain't doing enough.
Leave the family and think you're going back.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing enough.
Go back.
He said, yo, you was cooking turkey bacon. I want pork bacon, so I'm gonna go over here with this pork bacon. I get it. All right, fair enough. You know it's real like that sometimes, man.
This is my question. I have a question. I want to know. I need to know. Do the expectations change?
No.
Are we still
the standard?
Like, let me ask, because I seen some people that weren't upset that they just lost to the Jets. Let's be real. Like, I seen that just totally get overlapped.
And they said it's a whole rebuild situation. Yeah, I've seen that.
So now is it a rebuild? I'm seeing that word being filtered out here too.
I've seen that as well.
I'm seeing some people saying that in interviews.
I've definitely seen that as well.
I seen that. No words, no name. I've seen that.
And that's a word that was like taboo around here.
Yeah, I thought that was poisonous.
Yeah, you can't. This PG-13. We can't say that
I'm
word.
Here to ask. I need to know what's the standard now? Is the standard still the standard? Have we changed how we're looking at it?
Deke is the official Steelers Nation representative on this show. So Deke,
and we have an official one.
Yeah. So because I'm biased. I talk from like players' perspective. This is you right here. This is
you know who I'm at. I'm just
the standard is the standard. I think the offense is going to be better with Pickett. So like it's the same as it was with Mitch, if not better, because now we have Pickett. But you got to be real about Pickett being a rookie versus Mitch being. I'm not. No.
Oh, now we got.
Wait, that's real. Not. You're saying two different things.
Wait a minute.
No. It's a win-win across the board.
Yeah.
Because I think we are going to be better. I think Pickett's better than Trubisky. But you're also, if things aren't going right, because as you brought up last podcast, there is another side of the coin where a rookie could be struggling. You're building that experience and helping him level up for next year and so forth. Just like Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow in his rookie year, they put him in. They got rid of Andy Dalton. He was struggling at times. I mean, I think they went 2-7. He ends up getting hurt, but that experience was valuable for them getting to the Super Bowl where Joe Burrow was. Wait, what do you mean?
I'm not going to let you finish that statement. Don't do that.
He just limited that parallel.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to jump and talk like you're Bengal Nation, like, oh, it doesn't matter if we win or lose this year. We're to the next. No, bro. The standard's the standard. You just was getting on Mitch.
I got $100 on the Steelers beating the Bills this week. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay.
So playoffs is still a thing. That's still the standard.
Yeah.
All right.
We went 1-3 last year.
That's what I want to know.
Here's actually the problem. Here's the problem for the season right now. It's not about the whole Pickett-Mitch thing because, as I said, I think Pickett is going to be better than Mitch. I think the offense is going to be better. These injuries on defense are getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's more the problem.
All right. So it's no secondary going into Buffalo this week. That's scary. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
that's scary.
They're on the report. I think Sutton's going to play. I think Sutton and Minka will play.
Sutton to make the trip?
I think so.
Will Minka make the trip?
I think so.
I need Minka.
Edmonds is the one on the fence because he's in concussion protocol.
Now, isn't Minka, he was a knee, right? I think that's what he was listed as.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had the knee. Yeah.
Sutton groin.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a weird one.
But yeah, I view it as just a win-win. I think the Steelers should be better with Pickett. I think we're going to see more things from the offense, but also we are getting the development, we are getting the experience we need for him going forward if he's going to be our franchise guy.
Okay.
That's my main thing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm here.
So are you on board or what? Because we're hearing you talking him up a little bit, but then I'm hearing some other stuff. It seems like it's backhanded compliment.
I just feel like it's an underlying thing under here. I don't know what it is, TG. I don't know if your support is 100% for Kenny. I don't know. The way you speak on supporting for Kenny is kind of like when Deke would say he supports Mitch, but would be doing halftime videos talking about put Kenny and bring Ben back. And he was like, I'm a Mitch guy, but KP 8 and 7. So you're giving me that type of vibe again when you say, you're like, shout out to Kenny.
Let me put this on record. I would love to see it work. I want to see it work. I just want to see what Steeler Nation. I don't understand the. I just don't. It's like unrealistic expectations. I'm so confused.
It is
because I'm like one day it's. And you know how I go, fire this guy, and we're not winning, and this and that.
Very
and
knee-jerk reactions, yes.
It's literally the same. It doesn't matter if we win, we're getting him reps. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't understand. I'm like, does it?
I'm looking for both.
Yeah, how does it change? I get the disconnect.
You can't say that.
I am.
It's no such. Like, no. It's like, are we trying to win? Or are we trying to get him reps?
It's
a night.
Well, I think the offense is going to be better with him, so that's why I think it's like a win-win. I
think that optimism is the difference. If you think he's going to come in and be that switch consistently, then you look at it from an optimistic, positive standpoint like that. Yeah.
We need TJ.
Let me ask this. Let me get another question. If you just switch out Kenny and Mitch, and them numbers are the numbers, are you complaining today about those 3 interceptions?
Wait, hold on. No.
If the numbers were reversed.
No, because I don't know if you heard us talking about the Browns game. I didn't blame that Browns loss on Mitch like a lot of people in Steeler Nation did. I was blaming it more on like
I was gonna say
Deontay dropping the ball and then also the defense folding in the second half.
I was gonna say it's different for Deke because Deke, he's around me too. And I don't let him think like that, baby.
No, these are my own thoughts.
He is like that. He is like that. But we influence him. We educate it. We do talk about. We don't talk about it a little bit.
What? No, we don't talk those are my thoughts going in. You know what I mean?
Bro, you told me 30 and 10 from Mitch. You told me 30 and 10 from Mason.
Listen.
Is that not what you told me?
Listen. That got blown out of proportion. I said that was the ceiling. That was the ceiling.
That was the ceiling.
So, and then I bought into it. You got to lean into it a little bit.
That's what they was going to do.
But right now, Pickett got 2 rushing touchdowns.
True.
Where are we at right now? We're
on some touchdowns.
I said, TG, I basically said the total stats for whatever quarterbacks are in for this season, we could total up to 30 touchdowns.
30 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Right.
Total.
Well, Pickett just killed me with those 2 picks. But.
Okay.
That's I said that's a ceiling. That's a ceiling.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna get some more juice from Pickett. So I mean, I think that ceiling is more likely.
3 now. I hear you. You got 3 in the first week, and I'm not here to be a hater. I'm not here for that. I hope he don't throw no more, but I'm just saying he got a couple rookie throws he got to make still. That's like bad throw, Pitt. You know how that go. He got Buffalo this week, and that's not the same Buffalo, but that's still Buffalo. You know.
All right, so where were we at? We were talking about the Mitch picks and like would I be pissed
at
Mitch? No, I just feel like they hit off the receiver's hands no matter what. No matter if it was Mitch or Pickett. Like I wasn't necessarily blaming Mitch for the first one with Deontay. I don't think that hit off his hands. We needed more though, and Pickett gave us more in the second half.
I wouldn't say that first pick was off somebody's hands though. Would you say that?
Deontay's?
No, not Deontay's.
Oh, you talking about Kenny's first pick? Yeah, he's talking about Kenny's first pick.
I wouldn't say that was off somebody.
He's got to make a play. Depends on what angle you look at.
Yo, he said it depends on which angle you look at. It gets real.
He's got to make a play,
bro. It gets really technical around Kenny.
Am I wrong though? You don't think Claypool's
really
make a play?
technical around Kenny?
Technical.
It gets really technical around him. I don't know if you know that. The nuance goes up.
Hands didn't hit. It didn't hit nobody's hands, but the defenders. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think it hit off Claypool's too.
Whose hand? Maybe I didn't. Did I not see it right?
I'm gonna find some screenshots or
something. Is it me?
You know how it goes, man.
Okay. It might be me. Maybe it's me.
It's a lot more nuance with certain players than others.
I just want to know if Mitch makes that throw, do we blame it on?
No, I honestly don't think I'm coming in here and blaming it on Mitch. I really don't. I'm thinking, oh, wow, Mitch took a shot down the field. Claypool did his whole falling away act a little bit and didn't make a play on it. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I was going to say, unfortunately, we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Nation is tough, man.
We'll never know.
Because if that was Mitch, hold on. If that was Mitch in the second half,
it's just crazy how you just spoke on Claypool. I ain't even going to start on that. Like, Steeler Nation is tough. It's tough.
Claypool needs to make that play.
I love it. Bro,
they was ready to fire Claypool. They were ready to get rid of Claypool. They were ready to get rid of him.
No, I'm not ready to do that.
Because 4 teams in here.
No, you're not ready to get rid of him.
We talked about this in preseason.
Like, yo, get rid of Claypool. He's the reason. That's that.
No,
all right.
No, we keep Claypool.
What did we say during the draft? What did we say during the draft? The irony of him to make that pick. The irony of him to be the one to call that man out. I think 14 is special. I'm standing on that.
Looked like
He
looked like
I think he's one of these special ones. I think he's one of these avatars. He's got a Martavius flow, and dare I say it, with an AB mentality. Like, let me get that. I'm open.
Hey now,
I'm open.
Always open.
Say what we want.
Stay lit. You know that.
Say what we want.
Let's go.
Hey, but if it was Mitch in the second half, though, I mean, that would mean he revived the offense a little bit. We get up 10 points. We're feeling good.
But do you think they were going to ever cheer for him to that extent, though?
I just don't think I'm blaming Mitch for any of those picks, really. I mean, the last one was Hail Mary. The other one hit off Pat Fryermuth's hands, too.
But let's be real. You got to kind of – I'm not going to say Kenny let it down, but, like, he threw the pick. That finished the game. Like,
you're not talking about the You're talking about the Muth one? Yeah, I don't think that was the wisest decision, for sure. I think he should have thrown it away.
I'm not saying it's not on the receivers, but he threw the pick. At the end of the day, he threw the pick.
Yeah, he threw I don't think it was the wisest decision. Yeah, for sure.
And at the end of the day, his whole job is protecting the ball, right?
Yeah, at that moment, right. We needed to worry about the clock a little bit more, protect the ball, potentially kick that field.
That's a rookie mistake. At the end of the day, we're understanding that's a rookie mistake, right?
Sure, and Pickett even said that. I do feel like there is something too, though. If it hits your hands, you got to catch it.
For sure. All right.
That works. That's some common ground right there. Look at y'all, man. This is like
you in or out or what?
I feel like I got the Democrats and the Republicans. I got the Bloods and the Crips, man. I got everything just right here when y'all two get up here, man. But that was real civilized right there. That was like
we're
a symbolic.
Right.
Y'all both y'all shook hands right there, man. Shout out to y'all.
I got to send you a Pickett jersey or something. Are you in or out?
What, a Pickett jersey?
Are you in?
You want a Pickett jersey? He said he got you.
I'm not prepared for that yet.
Do you feel like the offense will be a little bit better though? At least?
I think this team's a rebuilding team. I don't think he comes in. I think he comes in and brings a little spark. I give you that. Yes, he brings a spark. But I don't think he's a game changer the way the way Steeler Nation is trying to just call him this game changing. Like, let it develop. Let's see what it is. Yeah. You know?
Right.
I think rookie year's the year you go jump these people, you know. So I think if anything, this is the year he'll do it. But let's see what this is real quick. Yeah. Let's see. Let's figure it out before we just
patience versus crowning ahead of time.
Before we sell out of 8 jerseys, let's figure it out.
Fair enough. All right. Well, before we let you go, who you got and what's the score prediction this week, man? You know I need one now. Got Bills and Steelers.
You got Buffalo?
Bills and Steelers. Got the Bills and the Steelers. Now, I haven't said anything in terms of, my pick, but I do want to know, because you're king football. You know what happens out there. You know what it's like having a connection like a Josh Allen and a Stephon. You were here for the Killer Bees. You saw AB.
34
and 7. You saw what that was.
34-14 and a late touchdown. With a late touchdown. The score don't reflect the game with a late touchdown. Does Minka play? The score don't.
Bills are banged up a little bit too.
Ew. So you saying Pittsburgh gonna do them like that? Pittsburgh gonna do them dirty like that? That's what you telling us?
No, I love the nation. I'm just saying.
Why you gotta throw it? Why you gotta say I love the nation?
I love the nation.
That's like when you say with all due respect. That's like, yo, I don't mean to offend you, but I feel like what you mean you love the nation?
They're beat up.
Oh no, T.
With a rookie quarterback.
Oh, T saying they so. Keep it going, though. T, keep it going. T saying they so, man. Still, they're going
to the number 3 defense in the league.
Say that part again. Lord.
This is the number 3 defense in the league.
Oh Lord. Still, come on, come on, T man. Come on, man. Still, keep it going though.
With the O line that's still putting it together. With the monster D line on the other side.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. I hear you, T. Where we going? Come
on the other side.
Keep it going. That's Super Bowl MVP. You telling me he is Super Bowl MVP?
And don't sleep on that rookie DN from Miami.
You talk about Greg Russo? Oh yeah, he got 4 of them things too. But here we go, Steelers.
I think Ed Oliver's hurt.
Yeah, but he did practice this week. He practiced this week, but he's hurt. Yeah.
I just don't see that O-line. I just gave you the whole D-line on the low. Like
play Renegade. Just play Renegade.
Plus they signed that boy from Washington. He's a dog in the tier. That D-line's biting.
Oh man.
And they got an Edmonds on there.
Oh, they got a nice Edmonds.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Them two twins.
The people in the chat been talking about him a lot too. They was like, yo, they kept talking about Edmonds, Allen, and Diggs. That's what they kept talking about today. We asked him like, yo, what do you like about the Bills?
It's not the Edmonds, but
that's what they said, bro.
Like, they got an Allen and Diggs over there. It's a lot.
That's what they
they're a little. I think Crowder's hurt, but they still got a lot of little weapons.
If you could have heard the way that Deke was talking about Josh Allen, you might have confused this podcast for it to be a Bills podcast. Like
Josh Allen is the best player in the league right now.
Whoa. I ain't hear what you said. Say it again. I ain't hear what you said. What you said now, Chuck?
The best player in the league right now, offense.
Hold on. Yeah. You know they say third time's charm. One more time.
Yeah. Josh Allen is the best player in the league right now, offensive.
Since you're my locker mate, I guess I will go and agree with you. Jeez. I guess I'll agree with the take from TG that Josh Allen is the best player in the league. All right, I guess.
Gotta give it that.
You know I don't want to agree, Deke. You know I don't want to agree with him, Deke. You know I want to say it's Kenny Pickett. You know that, but I have just because he's my locker man. I just gotta. Just in this situation, I'm giving that. You know, he's taking some time to call. I'm giving that. All right.
He's up there. Are we putting him over Mahomes right now? That's
the conversation.
You know what I mean? That's
the
conversation.
We definitely do.
Damn.
We definitely do. You feel me? We definitely do. We definitely do. We definitely do.
I'm biased, so you know how I'm. I'm
still
biased.
Got the old dogs getting it done with Brady and Rodgers. I mean,
all right, I'm with you, bro. But
it's not the same though.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I mean? I got him in my talk.
This is Cam. This is Cam with a Mahomes type arm.
You don't have to sell it to Deke. Deke sound like Josh Allen's #1 supporter. He brought up the history of how people doubted him early in his career, how his accuracy wasn't where it needed to be, his touch, but now he's like, bro, you watch him. It's there. It's electric. He could do with his legs. When you have a guy like him, you're always in the game. That's what he said. That was out of his mouth, not me. He said that. So yeah, man. He said.
I hear you. I hear you.
So you said 35-14.
34-14.
34-14 Steelers?
34-14.
You said the black and gold, or which color you going with?
I'll go with Buffalo.
You said the Bills make me want to shout.
I'll go with Buffalo. I just think this is legit Kenny's first week. I think last week, you know how it is when you come in, you got the excitement. I think he prepares for this week. I think they get a little bit of tape on him. I think 34-14. Dang. I think 14 scores a touchdown, though. I think we get a big play. We get something exciting happen.
Yeah.
You see something exciting happens.
So you got the Bills winning and covering is what it sounds like. Because it's 14, right? That's the spread?
Yeah. It's cool. It's the largest spread in the history in the last 30, 40 years, too. Side note. But I think they cover that.
Man. And all right. And side note, before I do let you go, I low key, when you said 14, I was like, Diggs? I was like, he always scores. And I was like, oh, you talking about Pickett. My bad. But yeah, I'm with you now. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Salute Diggs. That's hometown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Absolutely. Heck yeah, man. All right there, man. So now this is a vibe, bro. And everybody made it out here peacefully. So shout out to the West Virginians and the Pits of the world. All right.
Hey, side note. Geno's leading the league in QB rating right now too.
You know they wrote him off. They wrote him off. He just didn't write back. They wrote him off.
I came on here first week and I told y'all.
TG is looking good on that one.
All right, I came on here first week and I told y'all that. So we know that.
Well, since you brought him up, now I gotta ask you: if you're Seattle, who would you rather have? Geno Smith, or Russ?
Geno
it is. All systems go, Geno. Because you low key a Seahawks fans. As long as Pete Carroll out there, I'm still gonna put you in that category. You low key love Seattle. But
I've been a Geno guy for a long time. I stuck with Geno through all that. I've been a Geno guy for a long time. You know that.
Okay.
I stuck with Geno.
So you rolling with Geno through it all. You Geno for Heisman. I forgot. You was part of that.
Yeah, I'm Geno for Heisman. I stuck with Geno through the dark times. I'm with Geno.
For sure.
You know.
All right. So he believing in
Let's go.
Gino. He's locked in on Gino. Respect it, man. Well, shoot. Appreciate you as always, lock up, mate. And we're gonna do this again, man. You already know that, man. We'll spin the block next week, man. But
wait, who'd you pick? I didn't get your pick. I missed that.
I ain't went there just yet. Why you trying to do that? Don't you do that? I broke down.
We know he's.
I broke down what I like about them, what I don't like. We'll talk what I think advantages they'll have and what potential advantages we could have.
I know what that is.
You know, just look at that.
You know how people be having to cover the games.
Don't you do that, man.
Get their pick. I know how that go. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be professional. You know, I don't want to have any biases this week. So yeah,
I got it.
He trying to put me on. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, bro, we'll holler at you, man. We get you next week, baby. You already know. Appreciate you again, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yeah, man. My dog tried. He think he's slick at the end right there. Oh yeah. Who'd you pick? Nobody yet.
I enjoyed that. That was good,
bro. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Y'all cracked me up, man.
I thought TG was converted.
I did initially.
That energy was there.
Hold on, bro. You think I'm exaggerating, man? I got to show you this, bro.
He was just throwing you sarcastic stuff then. That's
bro.
all it was.
Yo, it was the pump fake of all pump fakes, bro.
Yeah.
Deke.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm not making this up. And what do I respond with, bro?
Those texts sound like TG was excited, or at least looked that way.
And what is my response? Yo, let's rap about it. I instantly say, yo, take it to the show. We coming to the show, right?
Yep.
So it's confirmed, bro. So I did not know. I thought he was on his TikTok.
That was tough.
He was over there like, nope. When he said, yeah, he provided the spark, he called the sneak. Shout out to Kid. I said, oh, I see what direction we going.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, but that's perspective.
We'll take what works. We'll take what works.
Hey, shout out for Canada for calling the sneak, but the execution had to be there, and Kenny ultimately did do that. So I do want to shout him out for that right there.
We saw the heart.
Absolutely,
we saw the grittiness.
I even did a film session. I talked about I was with you, man. It was a lot of detail.
You did a film session.
I did, bro. I did, man. We break that thing down. We're gonna talk about Kenny. I was on Kenny train last night, man. I was on McKinney. I was like, we're gonna make sure we got Kenny. We're gonna talk interceptions. We want to talk that. We got a video for that. You want to talk what he brings to the team? We got videos for that. You want to talk how he can get it in his legs, that running. We're gonna talk about that. It was on the Kenny train, man.
Nice.
So, shout out to him for that, and shout out to anybody that, or a lot of people has actually checked it out, but everybody that has checked that vid out, man. If you haven't, make sure you go check those out in the Master Moats film section as well. So let's catch back up. I think we were at Mike Hood, right? Or we had just ended with Mike Hood on the Super, so we shouldn't have too far from there. Then we'll start.
I think I got everything.
Bet. Then after that, we'll start the preview. Sound good?
Is it Tommy Vincent?
Yes.
I read the Mike Hood one.
Yeah. Tommy Henson. Yep.
He says, "Do we have any predictions on what game Pickett will get his first dub?
Why not this week?
Yeah.
Why not this week?
Week 5.
Why not this week? Or next week?
Zach Miller, been absent lately. Sorry, fellas. Ian tore up my hometown. The land tore up.
Oh, the hurricane.
Yeah. Good news, though. I'm moving to West Virginia, 4 hours from the Berg.
Oh,
yes, indeed.
Country roads. Let's go, man. But no, first off, Zach, man, we appreciate you being back. But more importantly, we're glad that you are safe, man. Ain't nothing fun with, what the hurricane was doing, man. Hometown, whether you were down there or not, that definitely sucks, man. But we are glad that you will be getting closer, though, man. WVU, West Virginia area. Yeah. I forgot. I can't say WVU. I'm with you, bro. Just West Virginia area, not Mountaineer. Just West Virginia area.
It could be anywhere, but either way, it seems like he's most excited about being close to Pittsburgh.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Charles, are you guys looking forward to KZ coming back?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially.
I wish it was this week.
Right. I was say, can he come back now? I was because we need him. Oh, especially with the obviously with Minka dealing with some little bumps and bruises. Edmonds protocol. Yeah, 100%, man.
Ooh, this one's an interesting one. Colton Choi Fu. Moats, why do some players not like to autograph? Is there a cheat to get an autograph, or just let them know I'm a diehard fan? Only want for the man cave.
Yeah. So a couple of things go into play when you're talking about the autograph dynamic. I know a lot of times, from my personal experience, when I've seen guys not want to sign, or even me personally, sometimes it's because with the dudes, like the adult men, at times they can be a little bit selfish in terms of acquiring autographs. So they'll come up with like the books, the pages, pictures, all the other stuff. And, you know, they're getting the autographs and they're selling them and stuff like that. But it gets to the point where you'll see them using children to get autographs, where I'm watching this child waiting in line to get an autograph, and this dude is trying to bump in front of him to cut and stuff like that. So from personal experience, I've seen that as one of the reasons. Some of the other stuff, though, man, sometimes dudes are like tired, because whether you're talking after a practice or if you're out doing whatever, and it's just kind of like, bro, I'm just kind of like not in the mood for it. That also is a part of it. I know for me, man, I battle that, but I always err on the side of I'm always going to sign, I'm always going to take a picture, because I've been on the other side of that thing where you're like, yo, and they leave. You're like, dang, you know? So like, that's kind of how I operate with it. But those things definitely go hand in hand. And then for the super high up guys, the elite of the elite, I know some of them have contracts with their autographs where they can't sign certain places. They can only sign at specific events that are paid for through their sponsorship. So that's another element of it as well, where it's to the point where they got to sign a certain way of their name. So that's also, so it's like nuanced in it, but typically it's in that vein. And then some dudes are just buttholes, if we're going to be real about it, because you got that as well. You got good guys, you got not so good guys. Some dudes, man, you walk up to them and they arrogant. They feel like, you know, they don't have to talk to you. So that's the other part of it as well. Hopefully you don't run into too many of those dudes, but you know, it's like a mix of all of that realistically.
Cal Monier. If we had it, let me know if that's right.
Yeah,
I think that's when
Cal.
the chat jumped on me.
Yeah,
but
good.
okay, it's still Cal Monier. If we had a top 5 pick, what position would you address?
Man, this is so premature to me, but I don't know.
As we sit here right now.
Can I get an offensive lineman? I don't know where.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
I would probably go offensive lineman.
Yeah, what if Dan Moore develops pretty
Right.
good this year? We don't need a
But
left tackle as much.
it's still early. Yeah.
Some offensive lineman.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, Dotson, he's still young too, and he's not playing bad.
All right, because I've seen the narrative. Like some people bring up the question of, could it be a scenario if
We signed Mason Cole,
Yeah,
we
would
signed
you-
Daniels.
yeah, 'cause I'm like, you're
we
not
just signed Chuk, so
But I think part of it, because some people do still feel if we were picking the top 5, that means we finished pretty bad. And if we play bad, then they're saying, okay, would you switch at quarterback? Would that potentially be a spot? I personally don't think the Steelers would go quarterback back-to-back years in the first round.
corner might be the
Corner,
pick.
yes. Corner.
Get like a Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Like
Right.
you're locked down corner for the future.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't had
Yeah.
ever. I mean, Ike Taylor was sick for us, but like we didn't draft him as like, you know what I mean, that
Man,
first round top 10
it.
pick.
We're overthinking it. You know what we would draft here in Pittsburgh.
Who the Steelers would draft? Probably middle linebacker.
Yep.
But
I'm about to say, yo, come on, this is Steelers you talking about. It's going to be a linebacker. They're going to take a linebacker. They'll take one.
let Bush walk and
Yep,
draft
and they'll
draft
take,
one.
come on, bro.
Dude, I honestly think the smart play would be the lockdown corner right now. As I'm sitting here and thinking about it, then maybe
I
you
do
draft an
agree.
O-lineman or two in the second and third
I
round.
do agree, but I would not be surprised they took one in the first, because you know that's what they like to do.
I don't know what the prospects are looking like for secondary this year.
It's always
but
LB. It's always LB.
That's
They
who
will
I would
find
pick.
the LB.
What would
It's
you do
always
then?
LB.
Would you do cornerback or line?
No, I think I said O-line first. I was like, I would go O-line. Corner
Even
is
someone young on the
interesting.
D-line wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah,
Like
interior part.
Like a big
Yeah.
guy, yeah.
But DeMarvin Leal is technically that guy right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking you know what I mean? I'm thinking someone like Cam or Ogunjobi,
I
like
see what you
bigger
mean. Yeah,
because
I see what you
Cam's getting up there in age and we only
Yeah.
got Ogunjobi for 1 year.
Yeah.
But that might be a second or third round type of thing.
Yeah.
I'd go lockdown corner.
You can never go wrong with a lockdown corner. But, yeah, because money-wise in there, you're not too invested, whether it's Akello, Levi, or Cam.
No, they're all getting $4 million.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cam's
That's
up
a
after this year too. You got Akello.
You got to
and-
re-up Cam, though, man. Cam got to
I
get that
agree.
re-up, bro.
I agree. We
Yeah.
got cap space going into this
Mhm.
offseason.
Cam got to get the re-up.
Michael Patrick McCracken.
My Irish brother. What's up, baby?
The way TG talks, I would think he is a Steeler hater. TG is Team Mitch. Did you watch the first 4 games? 1 and 3. Enough said.
You got to remember, man, TG is player and player perspective exclusively, you know? He don't get to interact like how I interact with y'all on a day-to-day, right? How I've learned a lot of fan perspective from Deke in terms of how he thinks. The chat, y'all educate me on how y'all think. TG ain't doing that on the regular. So he's speaking exclusively from the player's side. And that's why I was like, I could understand exactly why he's going that way, because as a player, that is how we think a lot of the times, man. So I could definitely understand it. But yeah.
Michael Patrick McCracken. You can call it being real if you want, but listening to TG be a hater is difficult. Let Matt Canada stay. What? And he says, get rid of TG. Sit him next to Mitch. Michael Patrick McCracken had enough of TG.
Hey, man. Once again, though, that is the player part where we always laugh. In the sense that context, if it's not agreed upon, it is viewed as fake fan or hater. Whereas as players, we never view it one way or the other. It's just like, yo, it just is. But that is a fair thing where it's like, nah, if it's not 100% support, then it's fake. I did see that. And I've experienced that as well. Yeah, I get called the fake fan all the time up here. All the time. Most a hater, most a Kenny hater, most a Mitch hater, most a Ben. I'm like, bro, I can't hate everybody now. God dang. Come on now. They tell me I'm one of the most likable guys out. You know what I'm saying? And I still see these dudes. That's the other part. I'm like, I can't hate them to that point now. No one knocked me out yet either, man. But, you know, that's one of them things, man.
Well, so is this one directed at you, Paul S., for all the Kenny haters? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Kenny may have started with a pick, but he ended with, never mind. Whoa. Wait, what was this? Was this
okay? I was about to say, don't put that on me.
Was this a double comment here?
My film session.
Was this a secret agent comment?
My film session speak for myself. I spoke very highly of Kenny, and I told people why I felt the way I feel, and I broke it down the way that I did. That sounded like a hater right there. That if anyone's a hater, that sounded like a hating comment.
Flipped it, yeah.
That's not me. I ain't do that. No. I don't backhand compliment Kenny either. I don't backhand compliment these dudes. I be right here with him. Man, that's a little backhand right there now. You that was nuanced with that call. You tell me.
Yeah,
and you was excited to read that one
he
too.
Played it pretty good, huh?
You was excited to read it. Oh, this for you.
Little twist in that comment.
He said, "Oh, this for you." Nope, no, that's not mine. Mm-mm.
Let's go, UW. Hey, Moats, what is your opinion on the proposed concussion protocol? Is there a new one? Yeah,
the new one was if you're displaying any forms of loss of your gross motor skills or like if you're stumbling or if you look cloudy or anything like that, they're gonna pull you immediately. Yeah, that was, and they agreed upon it. Yeah, and that's why I was.
This is right after the Tua thing.
Yeah, it was literally they were trying to have it confirmed for last Sunday actually. Yeah, that's definitely like the NFL and the NFLPA agreed upon that if you're showing any signs of a wobble, any signs of I'm cloudy, they're going to get you and they're taking you out. Like period. Yeah, and that was
that's what they did with Tua, right?
No, because
they took him out. No, but they put him back in.
I'm talking on Sunday. Yeah, the Sunday game they took him out, but it was clear as day, even then, that he was concussed. He was stumbling all over the field, stacking like he was drunk. Like it looked bad, and they still was like, we'll entertain putting him back in. Ultimately, did. Now the proposal that they were agreeing upon was if you're wobbling in any way, shape, or form, or you looking like you shaking your head, you are done. They're taking you. You're not going back out there.
This might come off as a stupid question, but how much do you think?
And no question is a stupid question either.
No.
I just want to throw it out there, bro.
No, I mean it's gonna come off as very obvious, but at the same time, I don't know because it goes back to like even what Mike McDaniel said. It's like saying like he got cleared. It's like what do you want me to tell you? But what I'm saying is, how much correlation do you think that first one was? Which game was it?
It was Sunday. Game? It was the
Dolphins-Bills game. That first one where Tua was stumbling.
Yes.
How much correlation was that hit to the one that came against the Bengals on Thursday Night Football?
To me, don't think correlation in the sense of the hits being similar, but think correlation in the sense of compound head injuries. When you have your first concussion, the second one comes back faster. And then it's usually more intense. It's usually a lot worse, and they just get worse and worse and worse.
Remember, so that explains the hands being all crossed up.
Think about Ladarius Green. You remember when he came here, we talked about how he couldn't get on the field and the concussion stuff like that. And he really had to break it down to us and how his progression went from I was here, then it was here, then it started happening frequently. Then it was to the point I couldn't sit in my house with my lights on, like to that extent. Kevin Cobb, another guy, former quarterback, right, played with him. Another dude talked about that progression of how those concussions would start to compound. So regardless of how vicious the hit was, because the hit in Cincy wasn't necessarily vicious, but the context of it being Sunday, and we clearly see you with head trauma because your head slammed on the ground, and it was the back of it, which anybody that's played football knows that's one of the things that usually lead to concussions. That motion right there, you hitting the back of your head, uncontrolled. So when you compound that, where we already can see you have one, and whoever y'all say is background all you want, that's what the dude got fired. Because like, if you can't tell us a concussion, you don't need to be anywhere around athletes, period. So you compound that with 4 days later on Thursday night, you hit your head again, and that's when you see him go full lock up, the fencing position and all that stuff. But that's the biggest reason. Both of those things in the sense of if they never brought him back out there on Sunday, he probably never has that situation happen on Thursday. He probably doesn't even play on Thursday because he'll be on the protocol and you're not clearing it that quick. But we understand in that context, they wanted him back out there. They were going to do and say whatever, which was clearly shown. And that's why they took necessarily actions afterwards from the NFL and the NFLPA. Think about, man, NFL and NFLPA don't never agree on anything. And they agree on that within like a day. Because it's to that point where it's like, man, those type of things can't happen.
It's like obvious.
Those type of things can't happen. And when it starts looking like you're making a decision because your team is playing well and this is your star player, that can't happen because now you're telling me that because this guy's a productive player, you don't care about his long-term health. And that's the disconnect when we're talking about the players and in the games and how competitive it gets and with these staffs and stuff like that. And that's why you even brought in the independent neurologist because it was like, yo, take that pressure off of the coach, take that pressure off of the player. But now we're even seeing in this instance that not all these independent neurologists are actually independent. You know?
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I don't think McDaniel was
right. I don't
thinking
fault him in that
hey,
element.
I'm putting Tua's health at risk here. He's probably he cleared him. Like if he cleared him, who am I to say I can't put him out?
And for the people that are going to say, well, hey, man, the same way I could see he was concussed, McDaniel's because he was concussed. No. On TV, you can see that. They'll play the replay 1,000 times. You can see it from every angle. When you're on that field, it happens like this. So if you weren't looking at him when he was getting up and staggered before everybody rode him to the sideline, you didn't see that. So if you're McDaniel, which as a coach and some of the players, as soon as the play is over, you know what you're thinking? Next play. What's the situation here? Because you got 30 seconds. So he could have easily not seen that. I blame the medical staff. That's the one for me. But I'm glad that they took the right actions and fired the people that need to get fired. And it's like, all right, as long as you did that, cool. Hold them accountable because they're the ones. McDaniel, he's the coach. He's not paying attention to who's hurt, how severe they're hurt. Is he limping? What does he look like? Because he's got a game he's worried about. But it's your staff underneath you. It's your training staff, which your job is to do what? Make sure these guys are healthy. Make sure these guys are safe and not going to hurt themselves. You know, and that's why they got.
Yeah. Okay. We got
shout out to that question though, man. Shout out to Let's Go UW.
One more super chat, and I guess we can get
to the preview. Yeah.
Let's go UW.
About to be 6:32, so it's perfect. Let's
Says
go.
they're discussing extending the minimum time to sit out for a concussion.
I did not see that full part either.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not see that part.
So no, run it back the following week after you get a concussion then. So Minka would have been playing last week.
This is the thing, man. If you, and this is the big dilemma every time when it comes to player health and safety. What's more important, player health and safety, or your star player's been on the field? That's what it boils down to. Because we can take these situations, these protocols, and they're great in that context, but when it starts to mess with your favorite quarterback, your favorite receiver, your favorite pass rusher, playoff games, that's where the disconnect happens. And that's why you notice even when COVID was as big as it was, and remember the NFL, at first they had their rules set in stone. You had to sit. And then we was getting closer to postseason. The guys started getting, star players started getting COVID. What they started doing? Oh, no, you ain't got to sit out now. No. We're not going to test you either.
I just know there were no star players sitting out. Yes, I can't remember how they pulled it off.
They started doing that. It was like, really? And then literally, it's like, nope, as long as you test it, we're good. All right, we ain't going to touch you no more. You're good. Like, that's the thing. So when we talk player health and safety, and this is the argument as players we always talk about. It's like, yo, you tell us you care about us, but we don't truly believe you care about us. Because we know your bottom line is more important than us because we're replaceable. We're cheap labor from a billionaire in a sense because, you know, you got a feeder program of college football and no other competition with you. So they're really not valued to that extent. But in these situations, this is where you kind of level the playing field and have that dynamic of, well, you're seeing Tua now go out there with that concussion and wow, it didn't matter when it was a special teamer until you start to say, all right, it's enough of that. Let's take away some of the kickoff stuff, right? Change some of the rules. Whereas now that it's a star quarterback, now it's like, all right, we got to do something. It looks too bad optically. But I still don't know if they're going to commit to it on that level when it's postseason, when it's an important player, an even bigger player, you know what I mean? And an even bigger game. Like, that's the part where you start to see them start to act a little different at times.
Sure.
Get off my soapbox now.
No. That was very interesting. I love that.
It's a little behind the scenes. That's the player side.
No. I love that. So what do we got for this preview then? Matchups to watch for. For Buffalo, they got to watch out for Pickett slinging it all over the yard.
You know what he's doing. Come on now. So Man, I gotta drink me some water, boy. I got me choked up a little bit there now. You know, I don't like to get on my soapbox too often.
You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good now. You ever feel like you got almost like a cough or something like
Sure.
It's like, I need to get it out. It's like that, but I'm on the mic, so just gotta roll with it the best I can. But we are finally here. Steelers, Bills, the I-79 Bowl, or was it the Battle of I-79? Right? That was that.
It's either that or the I-79 battle. I think it's the Battle of I-79.
The Battle of I-79
with the best.
with the cross axes,
The
and
swords.
shit. Yeah. So we're at the Battle of I-79. I'm excited though, man, because obviously when you're talking about the context of this game, let's start with the 14-point spread. To me,
Disrespectful.
it's extremely disrespectful for multiple reasons. That Bills team is very good, 100%. And that Bills team, I could understand them being favored to win 100%. When you're talking about a 2-touchdown lead, though, at the NFL level, that is rare. That is very rare. You might go up 2 scores, but how many games are you seeing end with those type of spreads? And more importantly, when you're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers under Mike Tomlin, that to me was the first disrespectful thing. And I like it, though, because this is when Coach Tomlin is at his best. You think about in 2019. We all talk about that season, and we like, yo, even with Duck and Mason, we're like, bro, that was one of Coach Tomlin's best coaching jobs. Because
The Rams at home. I remember that
man.
one.
Absolutely. This is what he does, though. His ability to galvanize troops, his ability to say, hey, I know you personally, Deke. I know the people that doubt you. I know why they doubt you. I know this and that and that. They doing them same things. And he's able to hit that, tapping into that, and how you out there ready to run through a brick wall kamikaze style. This is what he specializes in. So when I first saw that, I was definitely excited. I was like, I need that.
Well, not only that, the other reason I just don't really understand it, are they basing this spread based off how the Bills played the first 2 games or the last 2? Because off the last 2, dude, they lost to Miami, and then they barely beat the Ravens, and they're banged up across the board.
But I also think this is in response to rookie quarterback on the road. First start, Buffalo. Bills Mafia, all of that. I think that's also part of this thing too, in terms of the spread, because rookies do make mistakes. You think about Ben playing in Buffalo. Ben made a mistake up there, crucial one, right? The pick 6 before halftime, crucial mistake, and that's from a future Hall of Famer. So I think that they do add some of that in there as well. That hey, man, this young quarterback who isn't the future Hall of Famer just yet is about to go in that same environment, make his first career start. Versus that type of defense, versus that type of offense where you might feel like you need to press, right? You might feel like I got to keep up with a Josh Allen. Or you're trying to not press, but they go up 2 scores and now you feel like you have to press. I think that all is a part of that spread as well. And, you know, money-wise, that does entice you a little bit more when you're like, the Bills are good, but they ain't 14 points good, are they? If it was at 10, you wouldn't be tripping. 14 is like, oh.
What's the spread with Mitch?
Low-key, I think it would have been 10.
Really?
Yes, because they would say that. No, the only reason is this. Mitch, his MO is not to take chances like that. He's not going to try to be overly aggressive. He's not going to try to do more than he's capable of. Now, granted, we might feel that he should be able to do more than what he's been doing, but I think that conservativeness also protects the ball. So you don't have to worry about it ever getting out of hand. Whereas even when we talked TG, right? The first throw from Kenny was what? I'm bombing it. Regardless of the outcome, the aggressiveness of it, the decision was what? I'm not looking anywhere else. I'm going there. That's some of the stuff when you're talking about what can get you beat in a hurry, what can get you out of a game, those type of turnovers. Not saying who's at fault, but just in that context. So it's a different level of what we are excited about, but it's also a different level of what we have to potentially deal with as well. So that's the other reason why, like I said, I would think that with Mitch, it wouldn't be as high, but the odds or the feeling that, hey, man, we can make something happen, we can get hot, is not going to feel the same if it was Mitch. Whereas with Kenny, you got that optimism. You got that feeling of, hey, at least we know he can get, if he gets that going, if he could, like, he's taking the chances. What if we connect on it? What if instead of it being a pick, what if it's a touchdown? Now, what does that look like? With Mitch, we just weren't there just yet. So now with Kenny, that's the exciting part, but that's the dynamic, the pro and the con with him versus Mitch. And that's why I think spread-wise, it reflects that in a sense as well.
Buy or sell. Please tell me you heard this comment. Buy or sell Tomlin's quotes. when he was asked if he was considering Mitch this week because of his familiarity in Buffalo.
Oh my gosh.
He said, yes, yes, I did.
Stop it. No, he didn't. No, he did not. Don't you say that. Don't you
He
stop
said
it.
that.
No, I am not going to entertain.
I am
Nope.
not buying
Nope.
it either.
I
just feel like he had to say that, I guess. 'Cause, like, what else are you going to say? Are you going to say, nah, Mitch kind of sucks. We didn't consider him.
He said that, bro?
I'm dead serious. They asked him in his press conference yesterday. They were like,
I missed that then. Yeah, I missed that.
Being in Buffalo last year, do you think with the familiarity you were actually thinking about going to him this week?
Because see, I just saw the part
where
he
looked at him. He's like, yes.
I just saw the part when they asked him, is he going to still be a team captain? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He's going to be doing the coin toss, too.
But he's been the team captain. So that part was
a little awkward.
It's awkward, yes, but this was also why it was awkward when they made him team captain. Because it's like, if you're going to make a guy team captain, why you want to make him team captain if it's potentially might get pulled? And it's not like when you're talking about a Cam or I think it was Cam, TJ, Najee,
and Mitch.
Yeah. So it's like you're not
special teams. Was it Gunner? No, Boz. Was it Boz?
Yeah. Was it?
I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember either. But it's like the majority of these captains, you're not worried about them getting pulled.
Killebrew. I think it was Killebrew.
You're right. Yeah. But you're not worried about them getting pulled. Whereas with Mitch, it was like, yo, you're in a QB competition. Either way. And we kind of all went into the season saying that, hey, best case scenario, you play 10 games and we switch you out after the bye. Best case?
I mean, best case would have been him to throw for the 30 touchdowns I was talking about.
You're right. I'm sorry. 30 touchdowns, 10. Yes, that would have been the best case. But the other, like the one that we all kind of like agreed in the middle was
the 80 to 90% chance
get us
that was going to happen. Yeah, at some point he was going to get pulled. Now, no matter what the Steelers' record was, even like what if we be a game or two over 500, but we still felt like, Mitch ain't giving us what we really need. We can maybe elevate if we put Pickett in. Yeah, that's what we were all thinking.
Yeah.
It happened sooner than we thought in the Jets game.
It definitely did. But that's context, though. That's definitely context with it, though, man.
So where are we going with this matchup, then?
But no, man. But let's talk some of the advantages that I think the Steelers will have, man. The first thing is going back to that spread, though. The 14-point spread, we literally have nothing to lose in this context. The Bills, number one, are the big, bad team of the AFC, right? The darlings of the NFL. They're supposed to be the Super Bowl favorite, right? The Super Bowl contenders. So they have everything that they have to go out there and perform with, right? They can't win ugly. They're supposed to go out here and whoop us. 14-point spread. Biggest spread for the Steelers since what? I forgot what year they said it was. It's like a long time ago. But either way, that's the first part of it. I also know in Buffalo, you know who they got next week?
Who do they have next week? I heard this was a trap game for them.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
It is. Okay.
So you know what they've been talking about in Buffalo right now?
Are they really? Wow.
Man, we got to stay healthy this week. If there's anybody we can sit to get to next week, this is the approach.
We did that against the Browns in that wild card game back in 2020.
I know. If we get up early enough, man, we'll be able to rest these guys to get back healthy because we need our guys healthy. We got Kansas City, then we got the bye. That's the conversation going on in Buffalo. Okay?
Do you remember that Browns game? We were like, it was a good thing we lost week 17 because we get to play the Browns week 1. I stand by it. It's just we shit the bed.
We did. But that was the matchup we wanted. But that's kind of how they view. They're like, yo, we're so glad that it's Pittsburgh this week and not Kansas City because our secondary is banged up. But we don't have to worry about Pittsburgh coming in here and doing that. Whereas Kansas City, obviously, we know they got Mahomes and how the offense looks. So with that being the case, we truly have nothing to lose. On top of Coach Tomlin thriving in these types of situations, to me, that's the first thing that I think helps us out because we're not going to overthink it. Also, Kenny isn't an overthinker. From what I've seen on tape, he's not going to come out here and play it as safe and not mess up like Mitch. He's going to come out here and play to win. Now, we're going to take that however that comes, but that's going to be his approach. So, once again, I like that for us. The second thing that I like for us is our wide receivers versus their DBs. They are banged up. This is not the secondary from the beginning of the season for those guys. They still haven't had Trey White back. Obviously, he's been dealing with the ACL from last season. But as a whole, we match up really well with their secondary right now. And I like that. That's a huge part for us in terms of that advantage if we can get to it. Huge part on but if we can, that's where I think we make the most hay. That's where I think we move the ball the most consistently. And then the third advantage I think that we have is our ball security. I know Kenny came out here last week with them 3 picks, and this is like the outlier in this part of the conversation. But as a whole, the identity of our team, we protect the ball.
Yeah.
As a whole, we protect the ball. And we turn the ball over in terms of creating turnovers. Whereas when we talked about Buffalo, and I talked about that when I was talking about 3 things I don't like, they don't value it to that extent. So when you're talking about how do you get out of a stadium versus this team? Oh, they're up 14-point, favorites and stuff like that. The turnover element is real. You have to take advantage in that part. We got to protect that ball first off. But the second part is we got to capitalize on those opportunities. And we're going to be watching this game, Deke, and it's going to be about 3 to 4 times throughout this game where defensively we're going to be like, oh, that's opportunity right there. Now, hopefully we capitalize on them. But we're going to be sitting here and saying, hey, that should have been a fumble. That was a fumble. That could have been a pick. That's going to be out there. Now, can we capitalize on it? That's what we have to do. But that, to me, is another advantage for us. Now, some of the things that concern me in this particular matchup is definitely our offensive line when it pertains to the pass protection, man. For us to get to this wide receivers taking advantage of their secondary. I like our interior
right now. If Oliver's out, for sure.
I do too. I'm talking Greg Rousseau and Von Miller. Those are the two that I don't like our matchup with Chooks and Dan right now.
Chooks has been doing all right this season.
He was doing all right until last week. I'm watching these Jets pass rushers, and we're like, who are these? Carl Lawson, like I said, good player, but he hadn't been playing like that since he's been coming back from the Achilles injury.
Maybe they overlooked those guys.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But either way, both of the Jets D-line just looked way better. And more particular, their tackle, our tackles versus their edge. It was like, yo, what is this? Vaughn and Greg Rousseau are better players, definitively, than what the New York Jets had last week. So that is definitely something that, like I said, concerns me. The next concern is our DBs versus Diggs.
Yeah, and that would even be if Witherspoon was healthy, too.
Because, like we talk about with AB, when AB was AB here, it didn't matter who you were putting over there. You knew he was going to get his, unless you literally was like, we're going to bastardize this coverage and make it where you can't go to this guy. And even then, we would still throw it in the triple coverage, and he would still make a play. We know that. Come on now. But that's kind of how I feel when I'm watching Diggs. Diggs is that type of dude right now where it's going to be tough for us to match up with him. But if our pass rush is consistent and not just winning, but actually finishing, because last week we did win, we just didn't finish. You have to finish the rush, and what I mean by finish is actually get these guys on the ground.
Right.
Josh is Allen tough to get down.
He should be tougher than Zach Wilson, but I don't know. Yeah. Zach Wilson was on one last week.
Zach was definitely on one last week, bro. But that's the part for me where I'm like, if we can finish these rushes, great, because that is the way you attack this unit right now. Make them have to run that ball, but more importantly, beat them up front. Can we do that? Now we will see. But the third thing that I think could potentially be a disadvantage for us also is Dawson Knox versus our inside linebackers when we're talking about the coverage part of it. Part of that has been schematically for our Steelers inside linebackers, where we've went to some of the zone stuff, and that's because of some of the injuries. But Dawson Knox is a really good tight end, man. Really good young tight end, tough, runs out the catch, all those nice things. Like, I think Pat is a better player, but they're very different in terms of their build as well. Dawson's a little bit more taller and lean, whereas with Pat, got a little more girth on him. We rock with Pat Shiesty. You know how we roll.
Yeah.
But Dawson Knox is one of those guys where it's going to be some challenges in there with our inside linebackers, Miles Jack included, just because he's a really good player. And it's no different if it would have been Pat Fryman we were talking about. Pat versus Edmonds and Milano, like, it's going to be good on good, but Pat's going to win. He's going to win his fair share. Like, that's kind of the energy when I'm thinking Dawson Knox versus our inside guys. So those are some of the things that I think we'll be able to have advantages in, but also some of the things that I think, like, hey, man, we could potentially have to be alert for this right here, man.
Sure. Here's what I'm thinking. We need to take a play out of the Ravens playbook and how they handled the Bills last week. Now, they fell off a little bit in the second half, but they really controlled the ball. It was the opposite of what happened in the Bills-Miami game, even though the Bills lost that one. So here's my two ways of thinking it. Either we win very similarly to how we won last year, but now we don't have T.J. Watt, we don't have Melvin Ingram, we're not fully healthy, so I don't know if that's the formula that you can count on, where it's like, okay, we get a couple turnovers off Josh Allen. Now, granted, he might just toss one or two to us,
and that's why I said the ball
have a tip or two. But a lot of those, I think, were due to our defense's good play and T.J. Watt pressuring and how our DBs were playing too. So that's one way. Fluky stuff happens. Maybe we get a punt block, something on special teams.
Their ball carriers will put the ball on the ground. Whether you're talking the receivers or their running backs, a ball will be on the ground.
We got to pick it up.
That's the thing. It doesn't always have to be a Josh Allen throwing a pick. Also, when Josh runs, he puts the ball on the ground as well.
And he's even thrown picks.
Yeah.
Well, he did it last year, but also the year before when they won in those Keller Rush jerseys, the 2020 season, the COVID season. He threw one or two to us there.
That was Steven Nelson's first pick, wasn't it?
I think he actually played clean in 2019 whenever it was Duck Hodges. Ooh. He just didn't have a gaudy game, though.
Fair.
I think he played clean from what I remember.
It up. No. That was the game actually in 2019. That was when John Brown had got after
that's what it was.
Nelson. Yeah, he got after
Diggs went off against us in 2020.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, who was Diggs cooking? Was that
I think it was Joe Hayden.
No, Joe didn't play that. Not the one in Buffalo.
You're right. It was Steven Nelson. I thought we were playing a lot of zone, from what I remember. I don't think it was like an individual 1v1 matchup.
Yeah,
I think he was just finding
definitely
seams.
went off. Yeah, it was in the second half, not the first half for certain. Yeah.
So it's either that, like, we don't turn the ball over, we play this conservative style of offense, which I don't think is going to happen now that we have Pickett. So I'm throwing that out the window. Now, could it happen where, we're not putting up as many points on the board, we're not sustaining drives, and good stuff happens to us on defense? I just don't know with these injuries and the personnel if we can afford to do something like that. Yeah. So the other option is it's the Pickett takeover.
Ooh, okay.
Sustain long drives, and I don't think it's coincidence. He comes in last week.
Get it the
we
fast
have
way,
the longest drive of the season.
Get it the ski mask way. All right.
Yeah. Feed it to Pickens. We have the longest drive of the season last week. I think it was like 6 minutes, 87 yards. It was double digits in terms of how many plays we had. Led to the touchdown. We need more of that. Yeah. And if you think Pickett's that dude, Pickett's the upgrade over Mitch. And Canada's plays maybe aren't as bad as what we thought because they didn't seem that bad in the second half when Pickett was in.
They're not.
So, hey. Let's get Pickett in there, sustain drives, and like you said, I think he's going in there to win. Like, he's not going in there to have this conservative mentality, let's keep care of the ball. No. We're going to go out here. We're going to take our chances on offense. We're going to sustain drives. Let's make it easier on our defense. I think that's how we got to do it. And I think Najee's going to have to be a catalyst, too. We're talking about the defensive line of the Bills. Yeah. I think we can beat them with our guards and centers, especially if Ed Oliver's out. Yeah. Get some inside runs. Najee Harris, mix it up a little bit with Jaylen Warren. Yeah. That's going to help too. So that's my main. There's two ways. Like I said, we get some of the good defensive plays here. We get the turnovers, whatnot. Maybe we get something fluky happen. Yeah. We don't turn the ball over. Or we take the bull by the horns here on offense and we take some chances, sustain drives, and lay the pressure off the defense. Yeah.
It's going to have to be one
and
or
it's
the
just
other.
Like, hey, bro,
you
think Pickett's going to do it in his first game as a rookie?
Hey, that depends on how ballsy you feel, man. Yeah.
First game as a freshman at Pitt, took down number 2 Miami.
What was the numbers looking like?
His numbers in that game? Yeah. I honestly don't remember. Oh. Were they bad? You
I know. I have no clue, actually. I thought you knew.
He had a nice rushing touchdown. It was a low-scoring game, though. Okay. I think it was like a 17-10 game.
For sure. Yeah, I didn't know if he lit it up or something. Yeah, I didn't know.
No, it was low-scoring. He had a sick rushing touchdown. I remember that.
For sure. All right.
But those are my 2 thoughts and how we do it.
I like it.
Sustain drives on offense. No matter if it's Pickett, nickel and diming them, lighting them up a little bit, taking chances, or it's Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren having pretty good games on the ground. Yeah. We got to sustain drives. Keep Josh Allen off the field. Keep the momentum. Keep the vibes off for their offense so they're not on the field as much and they feel like, hey, we could turn it over and it's not going to matter because that's how it felt. That's how it's felt with their offense. Yeah. No, make it matter. If they turn it over, let's get a little 6-minute drive.
Yeah, make them sit.
Score a touchdown. Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. I like that.
Actually, maybe it's a combination of both because I think we are going to need a player or two on defense, but we're really going to need our offense to step up. Whereas last year, it wasn't as much about the offense. Correct. It was more about like, dude, can this line hold up for Ben? He's trying to take care of the ball. Yeah. Can we make a big play here or there? And we did. And then the special teams stepped up and the defense stepped up. I think it's going to be a little bit of the defense, special teams, but it's going to be a lot of the offense.
I like it.
That's my keys.
No, I like it.
That's why I'm thinking we beat the Buffalo Bills.
I like it. All right. I was going to ask you, did you want to do a QB rant this time? But I was like, no.
What do you mean? Come on. I'm going to do one. I'll get you one tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? This is the week. I'm only feeling this week right here, man. You know what I'm
saying?
You
don't got to do anything.
Yeah,
we can mute your mic.
Yeah, we might just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just censor me out.
I think I need one, dude. I told you, my edge is back. Yeah, my edge is back.
Hey, you want this to be the week that you bring it back?
Yeah.
Just wait till next week.
Chip on the shoulder. No. I got to do it.
The chip is bigger next week.
We don't got to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. You don't have to do anything. I just think I need to talk about who I think is going to be the better quarterback. At some point, we got we got the rest of this podcast and tomorrow's podcast. I need to say it at some point.
All right. Fair enough. So you know what? Let's get our predictions in then because it is 6:48, and I do got to get ready to go kick it with my family because I ain't trying to be out here like some of these people, man. Family is big, man. Shout out to Cole Beasley. You say he retired today, bro? Say they wanted to be with his family. I'm with you, man. I'm trying to keep it like that too, bro. All right.
Okay.
So yes, drop your score predictions in the chat. Let us know who you think gets the dub on Sunday. The Pittsburgh Steelers or the Buffalo Bills.
You want to go?
Who, me? No. You go ahead, man. No, you know, I'm just chilling.
Okay. There's a lot of talk this week.
You making me? I'm nervous already. I'm nervous. Why we gotta pick? Why we gotta pick this week, bro?
What?
You know, you ain't gotta pick this week if you don't want to.
Oh, I'm definitely picking.
You sure? You don't gotta pick if you don't want to. It's all right.
Are you making a pick this week?
We ain't gotta pick this week. You don't want to pick. Just stay around, bro. I know you might be torn. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not at all.
I saw how you spoke earlier.
No. A lot of people are talking about, oh, is Pickett ready for the moment? The broadcasters are going to be like, oh, it's the rookie's first start. But as they're trying to get those words out in the first couple snaps whenever the offense has the ball, because they're trying to, you know, give the storylines for the fans. As the words are coming out of their mouth, boom.
Oh,
Pickett
like
to Pickens.
Just like that. Dagger.
10-yard out on the sideline.
Oh, okay. I thought we was taking a shot first play.
Pickett, he looks kind of comfortable there.
Okay.
Boom. Slant across the middle. Deontay Johnson catches it.
Okay. So we coming out firing then.
Yeah.
First 2 plays, pass plays. That's what it sounded like you just told me. Is that what you told me? We just aired it out?
I think you do that.
All right,
I think you do that.
Let's go.
But then, all of a sudden, Buffalo, they're backed up. They're shocked a little bit. They're like, this Pickett dude's no joke. Little handoff to Najee.
Ooh, okay.
5-6 yards.
Got him on his toes now.
A little stiff on Tremaine Edmonds, actually.
Gotta have a little... Ooh! Make it personal then. Okay.
Yeah.
That's for, I did that for your brother.
Yeah. Let me just put it to you this way. I'll keep the first drive story short here. We score a touchdown. And it's nice balance.
Okay.
It's Pickett.
Is it methodical?
Just cutting them up a little bit.
Is it methodical or is it kind of like, all right, we're going to play with y'all and then we're just going to dagger you real quick?
No, it's methodical.
Okay,
it's a nice little 4 or 5 minute drive.
Oh, so it's like one of them work better than you drives. That's what it sounds like?
That's what the offense is going to have to do.
That would sound like. Yeah.
And if you think Pickett's that type of dude that's going up there to win the game, which I think he is, yeah, we ain't messing around.
I like that.
We ain't messing around.
I like that.
We're throwing up the middle finger to this 14-point spread.
Yeah.
Pickett ends up 270.
Ooh, all right.
2 touchdowns.
All right, okay.
Clean game.
Get
some rushing yards.
Okay.
Get some rushing yards in there, too. We see some playmaking.
Yeah, talk your talk.
But it also goes back to what I was talking about with the running game, and I think we're going to have to get that going, and I like how our offensive line's been playing as a whole, and I think we're going to be able to take advantage of this defensive line, especially the interior. I know Greg Russo and Von Miller's out there. They're pretty solid, but we're going to run it up the middle a little bit with Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren.
Run up the middle a little bit, man.
And Najee is going to continue to improve week in and week out this season. He's getting more and more reps, feeling more and more comfortable. I think he gets the C note in this one. I think he gets the 100.
He getting the 100?
Hits the century mark. Let me put it to you this way.
Well, it wouldn't be. It's not a surprise though. If this is the way to attack the Bills, even running the ball is, you can run on. At least you want to. Want to try it?
Yeah, I'll give it to Najee. I actually do think Jaylen Warren has a good game though too.
Ooh, okay, fair enough.
How much do we give him the ball? We see the splash play from Warren that we have been seeing. We see the 1 or 2 plays, whether it's the block, whether it's a nice little 15-yard run where you're just like, all right, dude, that's why we got him in the lineup, for that extra amount of speed.
Yeah. And
then on defense, we hang in there, man, because I'm not going to lie. The Bills' offense with Josh Allen is lethal at times.
Hey, Rocky got whooped, and he still won the fight. Remember that? Multiple times.
Right. We gotta have the bend but don't break mentality.
Yeah, he beat the Russian. He beat Apollo. He beat Mr. T, a.k.a. Clubber Lane.
The defense got to hang in there tough.
He even beat Tommy. Beat him all. He didn't got whooped now, but he said it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up. Remember that. I'm with you, baby. Let's go.
So
Rocky,
defense, like I said, bend but don't break.
Here we go.
Hang in there tough.
Come on, Rocky.
I think Minka's playing. I think Cam Sutton's playing. I think Cam Hayward's playing. They're injured. They're banged up, but who isn't injured out there? Honestly,
exactly.
Right? You played in the league.
They all bleed. Come on.
They just need a little bit of rest this week because we know it's a big one this week.
Yeah.
Lots on the line. Difference between us going 2-3 versus 1-4.
Yeah.
Against an AFC team.
Uh-oh.
They're going to be out there. And
They
we see how Mink has been playing this year. He's on an all-pro pace. He's on a depoy type of pace.
He's not playing around. Talk about him.
So, Allen, as we talked about, the ball security with the Bills.
Yes.
Allen, one of the running backs, whatever it is.
Somebody.
They give us chances to get turnovers.
Yes. They're going to give us some chance. Every single game, if you watch them this year, a chance has been there. Multiple times.
They're going to give us between 3 and 4 chances. We take advantage of at least 2 of them. And that's going to be a big help for the team getting the win. Because I think the offense is going to take advantage of it because we got Pickett in there. And like I said, we're playing to win the game here.
Let's go.
That's what you do.
We letting Kenny
Shout
cook?
out to Herm Edwards.
We're going to let Kenny cook?
Yeah, I told you. 272 touchdowns.
Let Kenny cook then, ladies and
272
gentlemen.
touchdowns.
Let
some rushing yards in there. Some playmaking. Final score. 24-20. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go. 24-20. I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Kenny haters.
I like
go
that.
home.
I like that.
They're going to be silent
Let's go.
after this week.
We need that.
I got a hundo on the Steelers.
We
I'm
on
gonna
that
be a
Bills
rich man.
pack? You on that Bills pack this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Just check it, man. You know.
Definitely.
I got my pack ready. Yeah, I'm something gonna be up.
I might, like I said, I might grab the leftovers from last year.
Yeah, no, I'm
Double pack.
Yeah, I can't lose this week, baby. I'm feeling great. All right. Thomas Riley. So he's 24-20 Steelers.
Yeah.
All right. Thomas Riley says
We're waiting for your predictions.
44-24 Bills. This is Thomas. Thomas said 44-24 Bills. John Doe says 27-23 Steelers. Michael Tiger says 31-20 Bills. Rashawn Jackson, Steelers 30-27. Cameron Strader 42-36. A little shootout. Steelers. Rod Dollar 28-20 Steelers. L. That's what he said. All right. Wyatt Warwick. Shout out to Wyatt. 42 zip Steelers. Kenny Pickett season. No one you know. 31-17 Bills. Man, this is probably the first game that we've done where it's been this much of the other team being picked to win, bro. This is different, man. Q 38-17.
They were doing it a lot last year in week 1 too. I think.
Q said 38-17 Bills. The Matthew 412 31-17 Bills. Stan Clear couldn't stomach it. Stan Clear said no prediction. You know what they say about that. He couldn't form his mouth to say the opposition. So he said, I won't say anything at all. My mama told me that. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. All right, it's like that sometimes, bro. Jeez. Schlur boy. 52-14 Bills. That's, man. Whew. Deke, you call them fake fans, right? Yeah, what you call them? You call them fake fans?
I don't know, man.
You call them fake fans?
I don't know. I'm not as concerned about that right now.
All right, fair. Oh, last one I saw was Kevin Seagal. 31-38 Steelers. Shout out. There we go. That's a good one we'll get on. That's a good one right there. We like that one, right? That's good. What these supers looking like, man? We got any supers here?
I think we're waiting for your prediction.
Yeah, super, right?
I don't know if we've done.
Jason Winston.
One
Jason
of these
Winston
videos
said
or podcasts
35
before a game and not done both of our predictions.
Jason Winston says 35-24 Bills, but the Steelers cover. I like that. Shout out to the covering. And more importantly, you got to make sure you use DraftKings when you put in that bet in promo code Moats. All right. Yeah. There we go. And you know what? This is my prediction. And shout out to Leah Warren. Bless her heart. Killeen, Texas in the building. 31-13. Moats' team. So we're going to win. We good, baby. Don't trip. We're going to win.
Is that where you're ending it on?
Leah, I'm rolling with Leah. Leah gave me the out I was waiting and looking for. I was trying to find one, and Leah gave it to me. Thank you so much, Leah, from Killeen, Texas. I love Killeen, Texas. Now, I don't know if you know that, okay? Shout out to Killeen, Texas. 31-13, Moats team getting the dub. Let's get it. Yeah.
You don't got any more to say?
Nope. I'm leaving
happens?
it. No storyline. Nope. Because, it's 3 minutes left, and I got the wife and kids, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be up here in all these headlines right now. I don't know if you're seeing, Deke. Marriages are on, attack right now, bro. The divorce rate is elevated. It's multiple. It's like, this one. No, you're going to divorce. You're going to I ain't messing with it, baby.
I can't believe this. I'm sorry. The Zach
Yes,
Zach Wilson
crazy.
play where he recovered
crazy.
the reverse.
The one hand picks it up.
Yeah,
yes, it was nuts.
God.
It was filthy. It was
I
filthy.
can't believe it.
It was filthy.
I just did the Leo meme.
Yes, I did see. I felt you though. I was like, yo, yes, because it was nuts when it happened, and it was nuts watching it on replay right now. Yeah. So
how did he drop that? This is a
It
dot.
went right
That
in
was
the
actually a
hands.
dot by the running
yeah,
back.
it hit him in the hands. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Leah, man. You know, we don't gotta do a lot of context. I do. In all seriousness, 31-13. That's a wide gap. That's a wide gap. I think it's more like 28. 12. You know what I'm saying?
What team did?
My team. I told you that. Leah told you already. Leah spoke for both of us. All right. I'm with Leah.
I think
Leah,
we all know what Leah means by that. That's the problem. We
Don't
just want to get you some clarification.
Don't you do that. Leah was very clear. She was as clear as it can be. She said Moats' team, not plural, just Moats with a little apostrophe. So you know it's my team, not my team's, my team. So we winning this week. So we good, bro. Yep. We're going to win.
Usually they say the team that drafted you, you have a little bit more of an inclination towards that team.
Usually they say
your
whoever
heart's a little bit more
they
that
say
way,
whoever
huh?
you played for longer, usually you feel like that. Whoever you made more money with, you know what I'm saying? Which fan base loves you more? It's like, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle, man. But I'm with Leah. Leah gave me the out. And Leah, don't you let no one say anything to you. You good. You good with me. I don't care what no one say. You what? All right.
Did you give your score predictions? Did you do the fan or anything this week? You said you
Nope,
did the media tour. What were your predictions today?
Well, it's Wednesday. So
Honestly.
So global media tours, you don't have to do that on Wednesday. You got to do it on Thursday and Friday. And Friday shows you got to get it. So I'm trying to avoid all Friday shows.
What
Deke.
I might do is
Deke, you heard? I said,
I'll clip up something from those shows and add it into ours.
Hey,
then.
chill out. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, man.
We need something.
Don't you do that, bro. I gave you my pick.
So,
which one you want? 31-13 or you want 28-12? Either way, Moats team's gonna win. We good, baby. We winning.
I think we know what you mean by that.
What you mean?
That's the tough part.
We're gonna be scoring a lot of points and we're gonna be playing good defense out there. All right. That's what you want, right? That sounds like your prediction, low key. Doesn't it? 275, 2 tutties. Come on, man. See, I'm on. We here. Yep. All right. Yeah. Shout out to Leah, man. Leah, well, I needed one, Leah. That's the one.
This feels like a very empty
No, it
podcast.
does. No, it does not. No, don't you do that.
It's like a movie with a shitty ending.
No, it is not. Nope. This is a great ending. This is like, oh, is the bad guy gonna get caught? And he gets out on the technicality. I got on the technicality. You know, I was convicted, and then it was like, oh man, dang, they planted it. But he was guilty. You know he was guilty, but they planted it though. You know what I mean? So it was like that type of situation. You know, I low key might be guilty, but there was something janky happening with the processing, and I kind of got out of it. So just let me live, man. Thank you, Leah. You're an amazing lawyer. Amazing.
All right, super chats.
Yes.
Lou boy. I bet Mitch is thinking they told me to be conservative. Don't turn the ball over. Protect the ball. No turnovers.
I can see it.
And now they need a spark. Mitch was never the guy we gave him a chance without giving him a chance.
I mean, you bring up good points, and honestly, it's just
He was slinging it out more in the Cleveland
if it was
game.
any other quarterback that we took, not named Kenny Pickett, I think it's Malik Willis as well. It couldn't have been either one of those two. But I think if it was I think if it was a Sam Howell, if it was a Desmond Ridder, if it was Bailey Zappi, any of them that EJ Perry, the guys we were talking about, stuff like that, I don't think nobody would have looked at Mitch and put him the way that we view him now. But because you were in front of Kenny Pickett, that's a part of it, man. And, you know, right, wrong, or indifferent, it just is what it is. But that's the only part of, oh, man, Mitch, dang. That's the part right there.
James Panzarello. Despite my take last week, I'm excited to see KP with a full week of prep.
No,
Stairway to 7. Also, hashtag never forget. Hashtag the Pittsburgh travesty. Hashtag 7 sabotage.
You hear that, man?
Good to see James Panzarello on board.
Let's go.
Lou boy. We only got Mitch because if someone got Kenny in the draft, we only had Mason, and he's not a QB for Canada's offense. Yeah, I mean, Mitch was the security before heading into the draft. I think once we signed him, actually, we weren't going to sign another quarterback.
Yeah, because we had Haskins on the roster.
He was literally the first signing in free agency across the league.
Yes.
That was our security heading
30
into the
minutes
draft.
of the free agency period opened it up. So they didn't settle on Mitch. That was the guy that they felt was the safe pick. Absolutely.
Jacob Alessio. Sorry I'm late. Peace and prayers to all.
Hey, no, salute
No
you,
worries.
Jacob. You know we got love for you, baby. Come on now. Yeah.
It's just a riddle says, got you guys late. I can't predict, but I say a loss, but a good fight. And P.S., I'm not pro Mason. I just didn't want Pickett to have his confidence down early.
Ah, that's a good perspective, though. I like that. I definitely like that.
Yeah, that was the – see, I definitely wanted Pickett week 1 from the very start, but the one part that I was understanding of why they would maybe sit him is just for the health reasons. We don't know what this offensive line is going to be.
Oh, you're talking about that part. Yeah,
because the offensive line was looking rough in preseason.
Yeah, that time, yeah.
That's the only reason, like, I thought, okay, this is why they're not going to be putting Pickett out there early. But then, as we saw these first couple games, the offensive line looking a lot better than what it was, and Mitch not getting hit. That's when I'm like, bro, all right, it's time. Like, Mitch ain't getting hit like we thought he was going to. I think Pickett could be better than Mitch, provide that spark, whatever it is. And, yeah, they did it against the Jets. So they made the move.
Facts. Definitely did, man. Oh, righty. Did we get them all? I think we fully caught up. We good? Because, you know, it's past my curfew. It's 7:04, man. You trying to get me, you know what I'm saying? You want me to be a headline like everybody else? I probably won't be a headline. I ain't cool enough to be a headline. So you don't have to worry about that. But I like my family, Deke. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay happy. So if it's all right with you, it's all right with y'all, we can go ahead and wrap this up. Because we going to be back up here tomorrow, though, man. Like I said, early start time tomorrow as well, man, because we will have Malik Reed, but he will be at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking for that interview to hop on with us, maybe even ask a question or two, make sure you tune in for that. But more importantly, man, we definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking with us throughout this day today, man. Definitely means a lot to us. And don't forget, screen, man, for all that kind of stuff, man. If you could do it, make sure you do it, man. Take care of yourselves. We don't want anybody checking out of here too soon, all right? Appreciate y'all again. And until next time, baby.
Peace.